From Palm Springs Stadium in the heart of Coachella Valley, it's time for CPCL Baseball. We've got a championship rematch on our hands this evening, and both sides are out for revenge. The desert's biggest rivalry hits the diamond. It's the Inland Valley Pirates taking on the reigning champion, Palm Springs Power. Hey everyone, thanks for spending your Friday evening with us. I'm Vince Hesbrick. That's my buddy Stephen Buxton. Now, Stephen, these teams have plenty of history in between them, both in the past and the present.
Yeah, I mentioned on that pregame show earlier today that this is really one of a handful of teams that ever gives the Power any sort of trouble, and it's because of the job that Charlie Reynoso does. He recruits this team very well. They've got a lot of high-end talent, and this is a matchup that's seen some bad blood previously, and most recently in the championship game. Blake Conrad walked it off here in this building last July to win the third CPCL championship in a row, and for the guys who are returning to this lineup, you got to know that at bare minimum that stings a little, and they are remembering it.
Yeah, well, of course, the Pirates had the chance to get some revenge on the Power last time out. These two teams played each other this week, and the Pirates got it done, handing the Power just their second loss of the season, winning 7-4. What did you see from that game?
Well, it was a game where the Pirates did what the Power usually do. They got out to a lead early, and they were able to play downhill. They were able to keep the pitching. It wasn't dominant. It wasn't perfect. Like, the Power did put together base runners. There was pressure all game, but every time they needed it, they got the stop, and they took the momentum and just ran with it, basically. And it was really just all in the early damage that they did against the Power. From then on, all they needed to do was just get a timely ground ball, and it just seemed everything went their way when they needed it to.
And that last win for the Pirates, that was the last game that they played in. The Power, on the other hand, got themselves a decisive 10-run win against the Victory just the other day. All right, Bucko, you want to give us a look at our lineups here?
Well, for the lineup, you can look all up and down on who's going to impact it, but the top three, Jaden Sanchez, Caden Richards, Brett Williams, they have been standouts since they've been with this team. Caden Richards from day one specifically has been awesome. He's been one of the best power bats on the team. And then R.J. Holmes, Owen Michelson, Alex Hasso, Trevor Banning, and Matthew McCarthy is a really good bat to have at 8. And then Kai Cunningham at 9, a nice new addition.
We're going to take a break for the anthem, but on the other side, Power Baseball. It's time to get us going. And welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium in beautiful Palm Springs, California, as the Palm Springs Power come in at 12-2 against the 3-3 Inland Valley Pirates. Vince Hesbrick with Stephen Buxton. And why don't we give a quick look here at the Pirates' batting order here, Buxton?
Well, if you just go through top to bottom, it's Isaiah Walls, Jackson Gray, Mark DiCarlo. That's the top three, and they did some good work against the Power last time up. Jordan Viramontes, he's been on the last two teams. Him and Robert Delatorre have been 4 and 5 on almost every Pirates lineup that has came into this building in the last 2 years. Cade Cerrone, Ty Diaz, Elias Kelly, he'll be batting 8th, and they're rounding it out with Froy Serna, who is a pretty nice defensive outfielder in left.
Yeah, going to be fun to keep an eye on him. I'm sure that the Power will love to be sending a lot of balls his way, ideally not at his glove. And now, of course, on the bump for the Power, it's Cameron Whitty. What's the book on him?
Well, Cam Whitty, he's got a fastball, and it's a solid one. It's in the mid to upper 80s. It can touch 90, but it's really just can he roll with the momentum of the last two starts. The last two combined 11 innings and 2 earned runs in the most recent one was just the best start of the season so far, and it was really on that strikeout pitch. He hadn't turned up the strikeout stuff yet this season until the 13th last week against the Inland Valley Bucks, so it's another good roster that he faced, and he's got a fastball and a really nice slider. He works a changeup in there every now and then, but just can he get ahead of counts? It's the old adage of can you start off 0-1 instead of 1-0? Again, we've seen everywhere that the average for those two counts varies by about, I think, 200 points in the major leagues. Well, it's the same here. And if he can start out consistently 0-1, and if he can get that first out, then this is going to be a day that he can cruise.
Isaiah Walls leading things off for the Pirates. And from Palm Springs Stadium in the Coachella Valley, we are officially underway. First pitch low for ball one. Great to have you with us here on your Friday evening. So what's interesting about this lineup for the Pirates is you mentioned a lot of similarities between the last time the Power played them, but leading things off, Isaiah Walls did not play the last time these two teams did battle as a slow roller gets by, a flip to first, and one down here in the top of one.
Yeah, and a nice pitch there by Whitty. He went outside on the first one and then inside. It's the fastball still, that one at 87, but had a little bit of tailing action in on the hands of Walls and looked like he just had to try and pull in the hands, but got it right off the handle. And nothing a pitcher loves more than a quick, soft ground ball for a first out.
That was Trevor Banning making the play for the Power. Next up, Jackson Gray, the catcher. He took care of business against the Power last time these teams played. He had 3 hits on the day. And last year hit .364 at Citrus College. I say last year, I keep forgetting that the collegiate season really just ended.
Yeah, and it depends on what level of collegiate baseball some of these guys were playing, because if it was, let's say, a junior college that didn't make the playoffs, then some of these guys spent almost a month without playing baseball. And then, as we've seen with the Power, guys are coming in day by day just getting off of their seasons, whether they were in regionals, whether they were with a different summer program. A lot of guys have just been cramming their schedules in.
2-0. Flied out into right. It'll be foul. Matthew McCate gave it a run out there in right field for the Power. Jaden Sanchez in center. Owen Michelson at left. And that is a fun name to see. He's back with the Power after missing some time.
Yeah, and Michelson is one of the most exciting bats you'll see in this lineup. He can hit for pop. He can hit for average. He's in left field today. The same reason he played it a lot at UNC Asheville, it's because that bat's so good. It's because he's such a good athlete.
2-1 pitch in there for a called strike.
And you just love to have that excess of riches where you just need to get a guy in the lineup somehow, even if he's not at his primary position, just because that bat's so good.
Count runs full here on Gray. Yeah, it's like the old joke, my steak's too juicy. Just that's quite the problem to have for Coach Dill when you've got so much talent in your lineup. That's a legitimate problem, getting everybody involved. But, of course, you'd much rather have that problem than the alternative. 3-2 pitch on the way to Gray. Wave and a foul. We'll do it again. The Pirates got their first run last time out against the Power in the top of the second. The Power responded in the bottom of that inning to tie it up. 3-2 just low. Awful close, but Jackson Gray gets aboard with one out.
You know, I don't hate that pitch. He's gone all over the place what he has with the fastball. He used almost exclusively fastball, but he went inside with the curveball a couple pitches prior to change that eye level because that one landed right around the knees. And if you're trying to freeze him with a low fastball, that the hitter's going to think if he's looking for off speed, it might go in the dirt. it's the right move, but it was just a couple inches too low.
Mark DiCarlo, the big right fielder, first pitch swinging, fouls that one into the left field seats. Pretty decent crowd here on hand. Pretty decent weather as well. I mean, every day is sunny, and it's such a terrific part of why it's so great to be here in Palm Springs. You have a day where it's quote-unquote only in the 90s. Let the folks settle in. You can enjoy that the steam coming into the seats a little bit more. Of course, the wind, as always, blowing from left to right. 0-1 grounded. It will chop foul.
And you mentioned earlier that Mark DiCarlo's done some solid work against the power. It even dates back to last year. He was the starter he was their DH in the championship game and went 2 for 5 in that one. Scored the first run of the game.
And, of course, the power won that one in walk-off fashion, completing a three-peat for the league crown. Oh-2. DiCarlo last played for the East Bay Pioneers. Graduated from Citrus Valley High School in 2023. And another 0-2 swing. So fun seeing these players' pages for their respective college teams. You get to see kind of the personality shine a bit with the players. DiCarlo enjoys weightlifting, running, and video games. You can definitely see the weightlifting side of things. 0-2 swing and a miss. Down goes DiCarlo. And that's out number 2. First strikeout of the day for Cameron Whitty.
And I really like that at-bat by Whitty. He went all over the place with the fastball. That's the first off-speed he threw, is the curveball, and it was a beautiful one. The last 2 pitches, though, both of them up and in on DiCarlo. So you're keeping that eye level nice and high and just snap in that breaker. And, I mean, it was just about as good of one as you'll see him throw tonight.
And we got a lot of fun storylines for this game. Of course, a championship rematch. First pitch over to the pitcher, and out number 3. So one base runner gets aboard for the Pirates, but for the most part, a clean inning from Cameron Whitty. We'll see the power bats get to work here in the bottom of 1. Stick with us.
It's a family setting, we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. They cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Well, the Pirates got one run aboard here in the top of 1, but they left them stranded, and now it's time for the Palm Springs Power to get to work on offense. And, of course, this top 3, well, it's a lethal lineup from top to bottom, but that combination of Jaden Sanchez, Caden Richards, and Brett Williams, they have just raked all season.
Yeah, and especially Caden Richards. It's been from day one. His first at-bat with the power was a home run into right field, and that's what Casey Dill likes about him and likes about having him in this lineup is that opposite field pop, that opposite field control as well. He takes a good approach, and, I mean, Jaden Sanchez is just about as fun of a leadoff hitter as you can get. He's not necessarily a guy who's going to go the other way a ton, but he can use the lines, and he can absolutely fly.
First pitch from Noah Raymer inside for ball one. Sanchez on top of that incredible contact ability, just a guy who also plays great defense in the field as well. And that is the thing that Coach Dill is working to improve on a bit. First pitch up the middle, base hit. First hit of the game for either team. Jaden Sanchez leads things off with a single.
And Jaden Sanchez, you mentioned that he's got that contact ability, and it plays into his skill set. He can absolutely fly. I was at the radio station with Caden Richards.
Give him a shout out. What station?
1270 AM Fox Sports Palm Springs. But I was over there with Brett and Caden Richards, and I asked him, "Is watching Jaden play defense always like that?" And he basically said, "Yeah, the guy just flies around, plays with his hair on fire, and." I mean, sometimes it's a complete reckless abandon.
Caden Richards now up with a man on. He leads this team in just about every category while hitting .339. Appeared in all 14 games, only one on the roster to do that. The 1-0 gets the outside for a called strike.
And the thing that's impressed me the most with Caden Richards is the guy hadn't played defense in a while. He actually spent this past season with a nagging injury, but also redshirting, so he didn't get a ton of reps. And
throw down to second, well high, it skies into center, but of course it's cut down out there by Robert De La Torre. He'll be in the 8th spot, and that center fielder prevented the power center fielder from heading over to third. But a stolen base, runner in scorer's position early on for the power.
And that's a great job by De La Torre, just simply being there. Again, it's not like that play did a ton. It's not like he even did that much to get over there, but paying attention and being in that spot to be able to cut off that ball, at bare minimum, saves them 90 feet because Sanchez could have gotten up and taken third.
1-2. Up the middle, a little less mustard on that one. A throw over to first gets Richards retired. That was Isaiah Walls at short who made that play. We mentioned he did not participate in game one, but a productive out for Caden Richards as he gets a runner at third. 1 out for the hard-hitting Brett Williams. First pitch low for ball one. Worth mentioning that not in the lineup today is A.J. Bianchina. He's usually a stalwart, but you got to think that just the amount of talent, particularly on the bench for the Power, that we might see A.J. definitely throughout the rest of the season, but maybe in this game today in a later spot.
And part of it, too, is just the defensive versatility. He's played primarily second base this season, but he can play short as well. And there's a lot of guys on this team that can play all over the infield. So just having a guy off the bench where you don't necessarily need to find the specific spot that he needs. You can throw him on one of the middle infield spots and move someone to the corners if you still need that bat.
And, of course, for A.J., if he is seen in this game, his running ability could be absolutely ruthless for Coach Dill. Has 12 stolen bases on the year. Not only does that lead the team, it quadruples anybody else. One-two pitch to Brett Williams. Outside count even at 2 apiece.
And Vince, what's so impressive with Brett Williams is he got off to a little bit of a slow start. He did have a couple of hits in his first game, but went hitless in the second and just kind of stabled out. But over the last 5, he's got 11.
2-2 grounder over to the second base side, and a run will score to the Power to take the lead. Brett Williams on an RBI groundout.
And even when he's not getting the hits, Brett Williams, it's selfless at-bats. It's still putting the ball in play. A lot of these guys, you'll see that they've got the chance to get that green light, to try and absolutely smoke a baseball. But sometimes like that, you shorten up a little bit, put a contact swing, and just get the ball in play to move a runner.
R.J. Holmes takes a first pitch for a strike on the inside part of the plate. And this is a guy who started the season as blazing hot as anybody on the team. Through his first 5 games, 11 hits and 20 at-bats. Holmes hitting .458 on the season, .548 on base clip. 1-1, hit hard but straight at first baseman Jordan Viramontes. Inning is finished, but the Power take a lead over the team that they knocked off to get their 3rd straight championship. We'll see if the Pirates can respond here in the top of 2. Top of 2 here in Palm Springs. Pirates up to bat. Leading things off is Robert De La Torre. First pitch to De La Torre. Outside the zone. Up and outside. And the technology that these players have on their hands, of course, this summer league, it's built about fostering competitiveness, fostering camaraderie, but also just about getting players at bats, giving them some analytics to help them improve their game. We've got an extra special treat throughout the rest of this year for the Palm Springs Power viewers, because our friend Luke Dreyer is recently hired as an intern, and this guy is a genius when it comes to pitching. He has set up a TrackMan device as a grounder over to short. Kai Cunningham. Ooh, a nice scoop there at first by Hasso. But like I was saying, Luke has set up a TrackMan system, which means that we now get live data that tells us all sorts of information about the pitches that are being thrown, like release speed, pin rate, or spin rate. I don't even know what half this stuff is here. We got some fun numbers, and it's really cool to see.
Translation, ladies and gentlemen, I created a monster. I gave Vince my TrackMan login.
Isn't it our login, right?
True.
First pitch low and away to Cabe Cerrone. I mean, you say it's like you were instructed to give that to us, though, were you not?
Not explicitly.
So, I mean, that's like if I go to a restaurant, order something, and the waiter's like, "You're welcome." It's like, well, I kind of, I'll rock it up the middle for a base hit. Woody had to duck down there. Can't blame him. That was a screamer. And I can tell you,
you don't hate the result of the pitch. It wasn't that hard hit. It was 92 off the bat, but it technically wasn't what's considered a hard hit ball. But you're getting what you want if you're Cam Woody. You're getting low contact. You're getting balls that are either up the middle or there's a chance that a defender can get to it, basically.
You beat me to it. 92 off the bat on 87-mile-an-hour pitch. Ty Diaz takes upstairs. Another thing that we get to see is we have an estimation of where the strike zone is. So if a call might be, a little bit outside and it's called a strike, we have the ability to act like, we knew what the call should have been. We're really just relying on the advanced technology at our disposal. Chopped over to second base side. Ooh, what a pick. Step to the bag. Over to first. It gets away. But, of course, runner will not advance. 2 down. Kind of a bizarre but successful play for Trevor Banning at second.
Yeah, and that looked like it was almost disaster for a second because Banning went down and got that in between hops almost, and it looked like he was debating, am I gonna pitch this off to Cunningham or am I gonna take it myself? He takes it himself, and I mean there was a minute where if he pitched it off to Cunningham, does the runner beat it or does he not even get the throw off to first? So all things considered, it's not a bad job at all to at least get one out.
Elias Kelly takes the first pitch for a strike. You kind of wonder, Trevor not used to playing second base, or at least not as much as AJ usually does. Just a spot where, you're back on the field in a new position, want to try and make a highlight out the gate.
And part of it, too, is I mentioned on opening day, I'll mention all season, this is the first time in a long time that Casey Dill has had to learn his team and that his team has had to learn each other. There's been so many returners in the past couple of years, but this season it's not. And this is already another brand new combination on the middle infield.
1-1 outside, 2-1 the count to Elias Kelly. Runner on first, 2 outs. Power lead 1-0 after Jaden Sanchez went up the middle for a base hit. Stole a base. Caden Richards got him the third. Then Brett Williams' RBI ground out gave the Power the lead. 1 hit for each team. Plenty of baseball left to be played. Elias Kelly takes the bottom of the zone for a strike. Another grounder, straight at Trevor Banning. He'll flip it to second this time, and one of his first plays that wasn't unassisted for him. A fun defensive inning for the Power. Now the offense gets back to work in the bottom of 2.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
And welcome back to Palm Springs, bottom of the second. Vince Hesprick here with my good friend Stephen Bucko Buxton. Power lead by 1. Jaden Sanchez got the lone run. Brett Williams earned himself an RBI, but this is one of the more anticipated at-bats of the season for the Power. They got a return of one of their better players.
Yeah, Owen Michelson, he's playing left field today. He can get some work behind the dish, and he's been out the last couple of weeks, but he had such a promising start through the first 3 games. He hasn't played since June 2nd.
First pitch he sees in tight. Welcome back, Owen. Had the chance to talk to Casey Dill before the contest, and he said that Owen was one of the hotter hitters through the first 3 games. Ooh, another pitch in tight, almost got him. Instead, it's 2-0.
in those 3 games where the Power, for their standards, struggled offensively for what they usually do. They had to walk off all 3, which is not normal for around these parts. So a fun, exciting way to start the season, but Owen Michelson was right in the thick of it.
And Michelson drives one into right field. It's down for a base hit. Michelson will stay at first, but man, it is great to see him take care of business. Got to think there were a little bit of nerves, so I always want to make sure you're at your best when you come back. He had 3 hits and 8 at-bats to start the season, plus a walk, getting aboard at a 45% clip. That now goes up as he drives one into right field.
And that's a great job by Michelson, seeing the first 2 balls, and it looked like he was looking for something outside. The catcher was set up outside, but brings the hands in at the last second for a pitch that was a little bit further in on the plate, and just shooting that thing back to the other way. Had a lot of grass to work with out there, and just a nice way to start your comeback tour.
Alexander Hasso follows the first pitch back, and this guy has had one of the better months anyone's ever had, not just in terms of production on the diamond, but also just in the real world as well. We mentioned in some previous broadcasts, he recently got engaged. 0-1, drops in for a called strike. And I got to tell you, recently before he got engaged, he had that 4-hit game against the Halos with a homer, 4 RBIs. I mean, when you got a performance like that, sure, he was extra confident popping the question. 0-2, wave and a miss. Down goes Hasso, first strikeout for Noah Raymer.
Yeah, and that's just here's my best against your best. Raymer, 3 straight fastballs. That one well above the zone, and Hasso just a little extra eager to go after that one. Or maybe he was looking for an off-speed pitch, but either way, just not the right call, and 1, 2, 3, up to the next one.
Well, we've said this man's name a lot already on the defensive side. Now he steps into the batter's box. Here's a lefty, Trevor Banning, playing second today. First pitch upstairs. He's got a really fun statistical profile so far this season. Hitting only 200 on the season, but there's a reason why batting average is not the only stat that's used nowadays. A ton of walks means he's getting aboard at a 4.29 clip. Also slugging 500.
Yeah, it's a small sample size, and everything's going to even out as the season goes on. Even for the guys who have been here since day one, they're only 14 games into the season. And at that point, I mean, everyone in Major League Baseball thought that Andy Pages was going to bat 752.
I don't think that many people. 2-0, big rip. Comes up empty. But Banning played in his first game of the year on Saturday against the Bucks. And yeah, it's kind of a fun situation to be in, both for the players, and us as broadcasters. You get so many fun numbers as the sample size doesn't quite open up. Hitters count here.
And part of it, too, you mentioned that 500 slug. It's because half of his hits are for extra bases.
And you know what? He's got 2 hits. He's got 1 double. We can say that. Let's see if he wants another big swing. 3-1. Instead, he takes upstairs. Ball 4. And Banning is aboard. So runners at first and second with just 1 out. Banning at first. Michelson, seeing his first game in some time, led things off with a base hit. And now Matthew McCade gets an at-bat with a runner in scores position.
And I'm just going to correct myself. Actually, both of his hits are for extra bases. The other one was a triple.
Wow, sure enough. Oh, first pitch up high, and the runners advance. Costly wild pitch for Noah Raymer. The Power are buzzing early on.
And this is something you can't do. You've already fallen behind with that 1 run in the first, but it was a nice job by Raymer, able to get out of that with just the 1 run allowed. But right now, if you're giving the Power any sort of extra room to tag on, they're going to do it.
McCate ahead 2-0. Just finished up his senior year at Whittier College. Here's the 2-0. Pop-up. That'll reach the seats Something I mentioned on a previous broadcast, but I want to bring it up again. You know, like I said, a lot of those college profiles, the SIDs for those college teams do a great job of getting into the player's personality. And the athlete that Makate says he most respects or admires, the right word, Aaliyah Loperia. I hope I got that right. Close?
Let's go with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know who it is. It's the UFC fighter who was upset at the White House.
Oh, Ilia Topuria.
Oh, gosh. So that's how I know I said it wrong. What's crazy is I read it out phonetically, pardon me. I did my prep for it because I'm not a big UFC guy.
You just added extra L's.
Yeah, I know. And I not only did I get it wrong, I got it wrong twice. But, of course, you know, rough spot for the talented fighter. Lost his undefeated record to 37-year-old Justin Gaethje. Full count runners at second and third. Here's the payoff pitch. Driven into the gap in right field and down. It'll bank off the base of the wall. 2 RBIs on the way. The Power lead 3-1. Chugging on his way into third, and he is safe. Matthew Makate, a 2 RBI triple, and the Power increased the lead.
Vince Makate's just been looking to find that click all season. He's been solid, but he hasn't been what you know he can, and this is the kind of hitter you can expect. He absolutely tore up Division II baseball this past season. He was the Conference Player of the Year, and it's because of this. He can hit for power from both sides, and that one, it's harder to do than it looks like. That fastball was on the outer half of the plate. He stuck his arms out. He caught the barrel, and he yanked that thing all the way down the line, and he hit it hard.
1-0 pitch gets the inside part of the plate for a called strike. And now we get the chance to see Kai Cunningham playing in his second game with the Power. Had a very solid debut against Santa Clarita. Had a hit and 2 walks, stole a base. Grounds one over to first. A step to the bag and another RBI for Kai. Got 1 in his debut. As coming around to score, that's Matthew Makate. Power lead up to 4 already. You can just feel that they are buzzing.
And I mentioned it earlier, you don't want to give the Power anything extra. Giving them that 90 feet guarantees that Owen Michelson and Trevor Banning can both score on that triple. And then once you allow that to happen, there's 2 runs on the board. You keep that inning going, and then Kai Cunningham, you get a ground ball that's usually an out. It was an out, but there was only 1 out there. You could have potentially tried to roll for 2, or you could have tried to get a runner out on any sort of ground ball if there's still a runner on base, but because they were able to clear it with both runners on scoring position for Makate, Cunningham's out just scores him as well.
Lineup turns over to Jaden Sanchez in a 1-1 count. And for Noah Raymer, it has been an ambush so far. Sanchez led things off with a base hit, scored the first run for the Power. Already 3 hits for Palm Springs. 2 walks as well. They've done it the small ball way. They've done it the power way. Ooh, called strike. Generous one at that. Sanchez in a 2-2 count. 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch.
So, Vince, in like the 4th inning, are we just going to start testing how many UFC fighters you can pronounce correctly?
Answer is 0. I mean, that is bad. To get it wrong once is one thing. I got made fun of by everybody. But to do it again, that's just unforgivable. Payoff pitch in there for a called strike, and the inning will end, but not before the Power tack on 3 runs. The biggest hit of the game so far, Matthew Makate drills one into right field. Off the wall, he reaches third, scores 2. 4-0 the score as we get set for the top of 3.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Hey, Coachella Valley, Patrick Summers here, General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Spring is here and summer is right behind it. Don't get caught with a broken air conditioning system. Call us now. Let us get a tune-up done. We're offering a special for $79. It comes with a seasonal guarantee. Call our team today. Get yourself scheduled before the heat hits. Be proactive, not reactive. Go ahead and book at callthegeneral.com or call our offices and we'll get you taken care of.
Yo, can you turn on the light?
For any of your computer needs, come see DA Computers in Palm Springs or visit them online at darepair.com for more information.
Thank you.
Stepping up to bat, JPS Pool and Spa, the Valley's all-star team for pool service, repairs, and remodels. Bringing the heat while
I found it on the floor.
That was. It's the championship rematch here at Palm Springs Stadium in beautiful California. The Pirates took care of business last time these two teams saw each other. It was a 7-4 final just a few days ago. But the Power, I mean, you could feel that this was a game they wanted to have, come in at 12-2. And in throughout the entirety of this contest, they've done a decent job. That second inning, really great stuff from Palm Springs. They score 3 runs. They lead 4-0. Froy Cerna head 1-0, drives one just off the glove of Kai Cunningham. And let's watch him run. Cerna showcasing the speed on his way to second. And it's a leadoff double here for the Pirates.
Vince, that's just the definition of great pitch, just a tough result. Even if that thing is 5 inches lower, that's getting caught by Cunningham at short. But it was a fastball, and Brett Williams was set up on the inner half of the plate. It leaked out a little bit over the plate, but he wanted it low, and it was. It was almost a perfect pitch, but a great job by Froy Cerna, just dropping the head of that bat and sending that thing just right back where it came from.
Isaiah Wall, shoot one's into right field, but it will hang up there in right field for Makate. 1 down. Runner heads over to third.
And Vince, we've mentioned it on a couple broadcasts this season, but the thing I'm most impressed with through the first 2+ from the Power is not the quick outs, not the offensive output in general, but the fact that they're doing it this early in the game against a really quality opponent. There were a couple games early this season where they struggled to get going in the first 3-4 innings, aside from a couple of the weaker opponents they've played.
Jackson Gray drew a walk. He was the first base runner of the game for either team. We did mention Cerna is at third base, and oh wow, I think we're going to have a balk go against the Power. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-4 game. Wow, an unusual way for Froy Cerna to score, but he touches home nonetheless.
Yeah, I think our field umpire just motioned to Cam Whitty that it's because he came set before he disengaged. He didn't take his glove out or his ball out of his glove. He didn't do anything to just clarify that he's not set anymore, and he just disengaged right away, made a subtle movement, and yes, that is seen as deceiving the runner, even if it's just something as slight as just shrugging your shoulders.
You wonder if Cam, I don't want to say he agreed with the call necessarily, but at least understood the perspective. Not much of an argument. 0-2 pitch. Grounded over the third. Over to first. 2 down. Well, I guess you could wonder if it's no harm, no foul. You think that grounder probably would have scored a runner. Next time, it's close, but, bygones be bygones.
With how that ground ball was hit specifically, I wouldn't hate if Caden Richards tried to get that out at home. But, again, it's a tag play, and it's a tough play, too, because that runner's booking it on contact. So, yes, there is a chance to get it out at home, but I'm sure something in Cam Whitty's mind, somewhere there might be the thought of, the runner probably would have scored.
0-2, bouncer over to second. Doing the throw just in time. A mostly clean inning for the Power, but the Pirates do scrap one across. 1-4 is the score. Power offense gets back to work in the bottom of 3.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection, and an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Well, it's a fixture of baseball and of life that failure can breed opportunity. And this is a big-time spot for Jorge Valdez, the new pitcher for the Pirates. A quick hook for Noah Raymer. Went 2 innings, allowed 4 runs, all of them earned. But Jorge Valdez, this is a legitimately important outing for him because right now he's an uncommitted player. But when you get the chance to come in against a team that just won your championship, your league championship 3 years in a row, this is going to be an exciting inning to watch.
And this isn't just an exciting inning because it's the team that's the reigning champions, but it's because of the respect, because of the pedigree that the Power has in collegiate summer baseball. This is, in any way you put it, one of the most well put together and one of the most successful summer college wood bat programs in the country, no matter what league you look at. And just from top to bottom, it's a lot of guys who are Division I bats. So, yeah, you said it. This is a great opportunity for Jorge Valdez.
You got some brown on your nose, Steven. First pitch, outside for a called strike. Caden Richards seeing his second at-bat of the day. He grounded out to short in the first. Was a productive out, though. Advanced Jaden Sanchez to third. That allowed Brett Williams to get him in on an RBI ground out. Richards just finished up his first year at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, well, as a redshirt. 1-1. Low for ball 2. You know, when you're a red shirt, you got to just try and take advantage of the opportunity, and for the most part, that's going to be your education. It's clear that Richards made the most of it. Made the Dean list. in his redshirt season. 2-1 outside.
And you know what else he took advantage of? It wasn't just the education, but he took advantage of being in and around a Division I weight room and nutrition program. He said that he was able to work out a ton. He got a lot stronger, put on some weight, and really grew into his body a bit, and that's going to help him going forward.
Caden swings big, 3-1. He leads this team in all sorts of stats. Homers, one of them. We saw him drive one out of here against the Pirates when these two teams played last. Payoff pitch. Gets a bat on it and one away. Nice pitch from Valdez. He got Richards to chase, but like you said before, the Power, one of the preeminent teams in the league and in the collegiate circles here in California.
And you mentioned that home run against the Pirates. If I'm not mistaken, all of Caden Richards' home runs have been to right field. And yes, the wind does blow out there a little bit, but as a right-handed hitter, that is not easy.
3-2, win tight. Leadoff runner aboard for the Power. Up comes Brett Williams now with one man on. Williams earned an RBI ground out in the first on that Jaden Sanchez run.
And speaking of things that aren't easy, not just hitting home runs, but the thing that's got to be so difficult, Vince, is what Brett Williams is doing, which is bringing the bat and being one of the best hitters on the team while being pretty much the primary catcher and playing behind the dish almost every day.
Yeah, he's a special guy. And we talked about Trevor Banning earlier, second baseman for the Power in this game. You see some kind of funky stats through only 3 games. 1-0, rolling. Will it stay foul? Yes, it will. But we're far enough into the season for the regular guys that I think some of these statistical profiles are going to start to hold. And Brett's definitely going to like what he's done so far, hitting .483 thus far on the year.
And he's a guy who, he's not just going to like what he's done so far, but he's going to like what it's doing for him. He got a bit of playing time at St. Mary's, but it wasn't completely regular playing time. He started about half the games they played, but he's got, some seniors are graduating over there, so he should be able to step into either a full-time role or, if not, just get a lot of playing time at one of the best mid-major programs in the country.
And this is the beauty of these summer programs, because you talk about how a lot of these guys, if you're playing college sports, you got big rosters, you only have 7 guys in the lineup. So just a matter of getting those at-bats. And, yeah, with the at-bats that Brett has had, he has been prolific to say the least. And it's also, you got to give some kudos, obviously. I called you a brown noser earlier for heaping praise on the Power, but I'm going to do the same thing, considering a lot of our viewership is from the parents, but you cannot give enough credit to the job that the family and relatives do for these teams. Ball gets away, runner to second. I tell my mom I'm going to Palm Springs, and you'd have thought that I'm going to Mars the way she was spooked about me being on the other side of the country. Of course, I'm from Wisconsin. But just think about from the perspective of these players here. A lot of them going far away to play in college, and then finally they're finished up. They can head home. Their parents can see them. Nope, they're jumping right back into it with the collegiate summer league here. So obviously, you tip your cap to these parents as a 3-1. High and outside, runners at first and second.
And not just the parents for being able to, support these guys through this journey, but also for some of them, we often see, whether it's parents or loved ones or friends, coming out and making the trip out to Palm Springs for either a series, a weekend, or some of them, like we've seen some of Caden Richards' family out here for almost the whole summer.
And you see that in some of those PSCL games as well. As I'm scoring some of the games on the backfields, you might be able to see at the top right of your screen in the background. There's parents there. If there's a baseball game, there's players. And there's parents as well, pardon me. First pitch to R.J. Holmes with runners at first and second. Takes a ball. Bit of a hole here for Jorge Valdez, the uncommitted Jorge Valdez. He's had some nice battles so far. Caden Richards, maybe the best hitter in the entire league, took him deep into account before a walk, as that pitch is foul.
And when we were talking about this opportunity for Valdez, it's not just the fact that he's going up against the power and he's in a bit of a tough spot, but the landing couldn't be any of a tougher landing either. He's going against 2, 3, and 4 in this lineup.
1-1 pitch. Gets the outside part of a plate for a called strike.
So, yes, while you're not going to say a ton of these guys are easy at-bats at all, you'd still like, at least mentally, to be put in, let's say, hey, I've got 7, 8, and 9, or 6, 7, and 8 due up for this inning. Nope. Let's go right into the teeth of the lineup.
1-2 straight up the middle for a base hit. Caden had to hold up at third, so he will stay there, but the bases are juiced for Owen Michelson.
Well, we've seen Michelson go to right. We've seen him go up to center, and this one, again, he didn't get the best piece of it, but he was able to scoop that one up from the top of the zone, get a little bit of air under it, and he hit it hard enough just to get it straight up the middle. And, again, a ball that lands in outfield grass oftentimes is more often than not a good thing. And for RJ Holmes right there, apologies, that one loads the bases for Michelson.
We saw Michelson miss some time for an injury. Coach Dill glad to have him back. And, obviously small sample size for a lot of these guys, but to return from injury straight into the 5 spot, it shows the kind of respect that the Power have for Michelson. 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. Michelson down 0-2, and it must have been such a great feeling for Owen to immediately reward that loyalty by hitting one hard down the right field line for a single to lead off the second. Ultimately came around and scored, part of 3 runs that the Power scored in the bottom of 2. And the ball gets away, and a run will score for the Power. Caden Richards touches home. It is a 5-1 Power lead.
And it just looks like Jorge Valdez was trying to do a little bit too much right there. A fastball, and the catcher was set up inside. It didn't look like he was set up low, but he was set up inside. And right there, Valdez just looked like he was trying to do too much. Just pulled that thing straight into the dirt. I mean, you're trying to get a little extra oomph into it when you know you're in the teeth of the lineup, and it's a tough spot to be.
Wave and a miss. Down goes Michelson as Valdez gets a key out number 1. So up comes the recently engaged Alexander Hasso. Runners on second and third. And I was hearing on a broadcast some people saying that he might be extra nervous in these at-bats because he's now engaged. But I would say, quite frankly, I think the pressure's off now that he's gotten a yes. I mean, you never know. Maybe you have a 0-for-4 game and that date gets pushed back a little bit.
Well, here's the question. Are the in-laws here? That's when the pressure's on.
Well, Alex is ahead 1-0.
There's a difference between, the future missus being here and, the in-laws. I mean, that's when it feels like it's Game 7 of the World Series and all the pressure's on your bat.
Grounder straight to first. Ooh, and they'll throw to third. Runner coming home. The throw is away. An E5 for the Pirates. Elias Kelly throws it away. It was a great decision there by Valdez to go to third. They had the runner cut down, and you thought that they were going to wind up with runners at the corners with 2 outs for the Power. But all of a sudden, the run gets across. It's a 6-1 game. It's still just 1 out.
No, that was a phenomenal job on the mound by Jorge Valdez. Again, the ball wasn't hit terribly hard, but it was taking a bounce up to him. He was able to adjust, grab that, and make the right decision. He went down to his third baseman, and I mean, it's just a tough job when Brett Williams has to go on contact. He's already about halfway, so he's just hoping something goes wrong. And this is a Power team that puts more pressure on defenders than almost anyone. And right there, the aggressive base running, forcing an error.
Yes. So runners at first and third, 1 out now for Trevor Banning. fouled away the first pitch. Banning drew a walk his first time up in the second. It goes without saying he came around to score.
That's a really good pitch by Valdez there. He's gone over the plate twice with a couple fastballs. That one a slider that just tails a little bit out of the zone, but a great job to not chase by Banning.
And maybe the stat sheet doesn't look incredible for Valdez, but I think this has been a strong showing for the most part for him. He just, like you said, the misfortune of taking on the power right at the top of their line or the heart of their lineup, with Caden Richards leading off.
I think the only thing he's going to beat himself up on is the 2 walks.
Yeah.
Because aside from that, sure, 1 inning, 1 run, you're not going to be that happy about it, but it's not the worst thing you've ever done. Now, the 2 runs, I mean, as much as you'd like to say, it's a team sport and all that, you can chalk it up to, okay, that was an error. That wasn't my fault.
Runner heading to second, no throw. It's kind of a common thing we see with runners at the corners. You steal second, and the catchers just don't want to risk it, especially see that in the PSCL where throw down the second, that runner from third, they are off like a rocket as soon as you see that throw. So maybe a wise decision to allow the stolen base from Hasso.
And Hasso got a really good jump there. He was only about 15 feet from the bag by the time that pitch even got in. And I like the move to not throw that ball because it looked like behind the plate, it looked like Jackson Gray had a really tough time getting that ball out of the glove. I saw him almost double clutch it 2 or 3 times, so there's no point in trying to force a throw with a ball that you're not comfortable with yet.
Payoff pitch, bouncer over the head of Valdez into center field. 1 run is in, runner coming home, safe! The lead balloons to 7 for the Power. Trevor Banning drives 2 in.
Well, Vince, we've seen the Power use all fields so far, and we've seen them go up the middle 3 batters in a row if you include Alex Hasso's chopper right back to the mound. But, I mean, there is not a ton out there that's going to make you feel worse as a pitcher than just batter after batter. Ball's coming right after you, and at some point, you're just eventually backing up home.
Makate, another high chopper. This one over to second, step to the bag to first. Can they turn 2? No, the throw gets away. And I believe it will stay in the field of play. No, it will leave. My mistake. And a runner in scores position again for the Power, but a key second out.
Yeah, a great job to get the 1 out. And if there was any sort of thought in the mind of their second baseman, Ty Diaz, that it was going to be a tough throw to make, I would have liked to see him hold on to that ball, but it looked like he tried to really rush that throw, and you saw it just pulled straight into the dirt. It had no chance.
Here's Kai Cunningham, and I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit. I was the PA announcer for the last game, as you might know, and I heard that this was Kai's debut, so I made sure to go all out introducing him the first time that I had the chance. As here is the 1-0 pitch outside for a ball. And so I see him coming up the second time. I thought, you know what? He had a good first at-bat. I'm going to get even louder this time. So I'm going way big. Kai Cunningham! And the person, or my buddy Liam, who was helping me in the other room, immediately kind of jumped up. And I thought, oh, yeah, I still got it, bringing the juice. But all Liam did was he pointed to his scorecard as there's a strike. And all of a sudden, my eyes got wet. I realized my mistake. So I got back on the mic and said, correction, that's AJ Bianchina.
So why didn't you introduce me singing the 7th inning stretch like that?
2-1, outside ball 3. Yeah, you did a great job there, Steven, back in the 7th, or in the last contest, I should say, 7th inning stretch. Sang the song. I don't know what kind of mental state you were in when you did it. I just kind of wanted to let you have the moment. And a 5-pitch walk. Kai Cunningham gets aboard, and the lineup will turn over for Jaden Sanchez.
If it makes you feel any better, I can confirm that is not AJ Bianchina.
Thanks, buddy.
Always here to help.
You're always good at helping people after the fact, never in the moment. You're good at letting people know they screwed up.
All right, fair warning. Jaden Sanchez is
Thank
about
you.
to hit right now.
Sanchez 1 for 2, scored the first run of this game, struck out in the second. And we're going to have an extended meeting.
Now, Vince, again, if we're going to look through this inning, I think that the damage, it is not all on those first 2 walks, but it's all on the inability to finish off the batters. Again, it was a full count to the first 2 batters against Richards and Williams, so there's a chance that you could get out of that. But it was the non-competitive pitches from Jorge Valdez. And then if you're looking later in this inning, almost every batter this inning has gotten to 2 strikes. Trevor Banning was at 2 strikes. Owen Michelson was at 2 strikes. He struck out, but R.J. Holmes as well. So it's not just a tough job by Jorge Valdez not finishing batters, but it's an even better job by the power just forcing the issue.
Bouncer over to third to first, and the inning will end. But again, it was a productive inning for the Power. They scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the third, and lead it 8-1 as we get set for the top of 4.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Thank you for calling the Sandwich Spot. Is this a sandwich emergency? It's a sandwich emergency!
Great sandwiches made with love. The Sandwich Spot. Love all, feed all. Located in downtown Palm Springs inside of the Henry Frank Arcade.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Top of 4 here in Palm Springs. The Power lead 8-1 over the Inland Valley Pirates. And this is an at-bat that I am very excited to see. Jordan Viramontes is hitting cleanup, which of course means that he is the beer batter for tonight's contest. Now, if you're new to Palm Springs Power Baseball, first of all, I've been missing out. But if Viramontes strikes out, the entire stadium gets discounted beer for 10 minutes. So you see the crowd really get into these at-bats, particularly the Palm Springs dugout gets extra excited about it. But this at-bat in particular is even more special because when it was introduced that Viramontes was going to be the beer batter, I heard a little cheer down in the stands, and that kind of made my radar go up a little bit. So I went over to the folks, and I saw a nice lady named Denise, and I asked her if she happened to know Jordan at all, what led to that cheer. And she said, know him. I'm his mom. So Jordan Viramontes' mom is in attendance here, Denise Viramontes. Great lady, had the chance to talk to her a little bit. Awesome to see the family make the drive. Even more fun to see them kind of embrace what is a quiet pressure at bat. So here's the 0-2 pitch. And you can just feel that little bit of extra tension. You got to say the staff here does a wonderful job trying to cultivate a fun environment.
And it's always fun because, yes, the players don't want to strike out, but they do sometimes lean into it. I was talking to one of the guys with the Inland Valley Bucks the other day when I was trying to figure out who their beer batter was.
1-2. We'll keep it going.
I was ready.
Over our heads. Yeah, you were keyed up. But go on, Steven. Sorry.
But I was talking to them when I was trying to figure out their lineup and just figure out, I just asked who's batting cleanup because that's typically who the beer batter is. And one of the guys who had batted cleanup the day prior said, oh, it's probably me. And I just said, oh, yeah, you're probably our beer batter again today. And He told me, all right, well, how much do I get if I strike out?
Pitch fouled away, so the strikeout chance still stands. And it is meant, as a strategy to also try and get into the batter's head a little bit. And we saw that work out really well in the Power's favor last time out. The cleanoff hitter went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
That's going to make a lot of fans happy.
Yeah, well, I heard you sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I think you in particular were happy about that one.
I will not confirm or deny anything. It's a great night at the ballpark.
Yep. 1-2, and the fans will be disappointed. This one skied into right field. Won't be disappointing for Jaden Sanchez and his teammates as they get out number 1.
And I've been so impressed since after that first inning where he did walk a batter, Cam Whitty has been nearly automatic so far. He's been right around 70% strikes since that first inning, and really the only blemish is that balk in the third inning to allow Froy Serna to score.
Robert De La Torre, 0 for 1, grounded out to first in the second inning. And we talk about the Power within the context of their ability to develop players. Like we know that the skipper, Casey Dill, my mistake. I got to resist the urge not to call him coach. I'm used to the college circles, but it's good to be here at the pro level. You can go by the objectively cooler title of skip. But he's developed 150 professional players, and we also saw our most recent one just today reach professional ranks.
Yeah, Jacob Petersheim just signed with the Oakland Ballers, and that's a guy in a team that's got more ties to this place than just one. They not only have the tie with being the Pioneer League along with this California Winter League that operates here in January and February, but Aaron Miles is also the skipper for the Oakland Ballers. He was the manager for the Palm Springs Power this past California Winter League, so I've gotten to work around Aaron a little bit. Great guy, and for Jacob Petersheim, you love to see a guy get an opportunity like that, not only to go to the Pioneer League, but to go to a roster that just set every single Pioneer League win record last season.
And I got a feeling that Casey Dill, obviously there's a part of your head that's like, man, this hurts me in the present right now because you're losing one of your best pitchers. But at the same time, it's your goal as a manager to develop these guys. And the fact that you do that successfully, that's got to be just a wonderful feeling for everybody involved. It's got to build some motivation in the clubhouse as well, right? Guys trying to build that next opportunity. When you see your guys do it, it becomes so obvious how possible it is.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of guys get that speech of, hey, you just got a contract, or hey, you don't see him here because he just signed a contract.
Wave and a miss. Down goes De La Torre.
And no matter what the person is, what the team, the league, I mean, if it's from the first one that I saw in Kyle Mosley back in 2024 signing with the Billings Mustangs to today, Jacob Petersheim, it's always, at bare minimum, just a lift to the clubhouse because it's such a cool thing seeing the guys, no matter what school they're coming from, whether it's a major Division I program or for Petersheim out of a Division II in Colorado Pueblo, just seeing that, yes, my skill set translates at a professional level.
Cade Cerrone has one of the 2 hits of the game for the Pirates. Had a 1-out single in the top of the second. And you kind of can feel like there's an extra buzz of excitement for these players who succeed at the college level and move up the ranks because the way that the NIL pool has evolved for these players, where beforehand every cent is at the professional level. There's another base hit, 2 for 2 for Cerrone. But just you think about the amount of work that these players put in. Like we said, the commitment to as soon as one season's done, immediately going here to Palm Springs to continue. The fact that there's ways to be incentivized and rewarded for that outside of the difficult journey of going pro, it's obviously not perfect, but I truly believe it's good for the game.
Yeah, and you don't see it as much at the Division II, Division III NAIA levels. Yes, you might see one guy who is an influencer and does get some money.
First pitch to Ty Diaz. Hits him. Go on. Or did it? It seemed pretty clear that Diaz got hit on the foot, but maybe I think the umps are going to say that It was instead just a ball that got away, and now we'll see a runner at second base. My mistake. Cerrone now sits at second.
I think they're going to say that ball either hit Brett Williams' glove as he was trying to go and block it, or it might have hit the plate. I think that's why it took such a big hop.
Well, either way, here's the 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And to put a bow on the topic, when you think of NIL, you think of schools paying their players. That's not exactly what it is. I mean, I got my buddy Wade Dufik, who he's a track runner, and, he's not exactly the fastest player in the country, but he still gets DMs on Instagram from people who just want him as just, an athlete who's talented, cool guy to be able to promote their product. So it's not just a context of money going to players that's from universities. It's also just companies, local companies at times, that want to have an athlete be the face of their successful business. That ball will drop in the gap out in left center field. Cut off, but a run will score, and the Pirates cut into the deficit. It's a 2-8 game now.
And I know you said you wanted to put a bow on it, but since we've got a little bit extra time, I mean, I've seen it up close. I won't name the player, but one of the players on the Power last summer, I was talking to him, and he was talking about his potential NIL stuff. Not in a, I'm, making this much money, but it was, this is how I'm paying my bills.
Yeah.
This is how I'm just getting those extra couple $100 a month, because he's not at a major program. He is a great player at one of the better Division II schools in the country, but he was just a guy looking for, can I make $1,500 a month to, have food on the table? It's not just an opportunity to, yes, you've got your Livy Dunns, you've got your Division I quarterbacks at a major school, you've got all of those people who make tons and tons and tons of money off of it. But for some of them, it's just the difference of, hey, I'm not broke at the end of the month.
Yeah, and you never want to dream to be squashed for financial reasons. And that's, we get to keep that going. So, obviously we hope that there's ways to, stamp a little bit of regulation on it all. But by and large, it's been good for the game, and you kind of see it reach all the way here in Palm Springs as well. 2-1 pitch, bounces away. Another runner in scores position here for the Pirates. So we've kind of turned down the tone a bit on this broadcast, the Power leading 8-2. But you look at the situation here, the Pirates by no means out of this one.
No, they're not out of it, and they're doing what the Power do best. They're taking advantage of small mistakes. It's a pass ball. It's a wild pitch. It's a count in their favor. So if you can, so far it's just a couple of tin soldiers up on the scoreboard, just one run the last 2 innings, but, those pile up.
Fairly big pitch on our hands here. It's the payoff pitch to Elias Kelly. He grounded out to second in the second inning. 2 outs, runner in scorer's position. Here's the payoff pitch from Cam Whitty. Got him called, strike 3. Whitty buckles down, leaves a runner at second, and the Power lead stays at 6.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow! Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We have a pitching change here in Palm Springs. Jorge Valdez night is finished, and Andre Jenkins will take over with his team down 6 to the Power.
Yeah, and weirdly enough, Jaden Sanchez the one to knock off the pitcher in both innings. But for Jenkins, it looks like he's a big righty, has a solid fastball, and this is really all about can he provide length. This is a Pirates bullpen that's going to see the power tomorrow as well. They do have more than enough pitching for tonight at bare minimum, but it would be huge if he can at least get them to, let's say, the 6th inning.
The first pitch to Caden Richards, taken for a strike. Richards 0 for 1 with a walk. Ooh, he'll take a step back. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled away, and Richards, a ton of great athletic genes in his family. His brothers Cameron and Carson are both athletes at Northern Arizona. Kind of a fun dynamic, though, because, of course, Caden plays baseball, Cameron plays football, and Carson plays tennis. Jenkins steps off.
Vince, that's just 3 ways to remind me that I am not a good athlete at all.
Stop it. 1-2 foul. Despite the fun highlight there by Elias Kelly. Well, I think what's interesting about that is, a lot of times you want to get the family together, play some games, but it seems like one of the brothers has an inherent advantage no matter what game they play. I guess maybe the sport they play that'd be most fair is basketball.
Hockey?
We're in California, man. 1-2 off the outside, count even at 2 apiece.
Hey, we've got a hockey team down here.
You're right. In the city, in fact, or close by, rather.
Yeah, about 10 minutes away at Acrisure.
The 2-2 pitch from Jenkins to Richards. And a foul ball. Or was it? They're going to say he went. And so Caden Richards strikes out here to start the 4th.
So, yeah, they did say he went because it wasn't a foul ball. That was a pitch in the dirt that took a really bad hop off of Jackson Gray's leg guard, it looked like. And it only looked like it was fouled off because of that hop. It was really just a check swing by Caden Richards, and he did go around. So just nice job by Gray having the wherewithal to pick that ball up and throw it down to first before really conceding it and even thinking about going to the next pitch.
Brett Williams chops the first pitch foul down the third base side. Do want to let you know that what we're seeing from Andre Jenkins right now, 86 miles an hour, is the speed in which his pitches are tracked right now. Got to assume that's the gas. 0-1 low. And that was the off-speed pitch.
Yeah, I've seen 2 pitches from him. It looks like your traditional four-seam fastball with a 12-6 curveball. This one does not have it's not a 12-6 curveball. It looks more like a slurve. It doesn't have the natural vertical break that you'd expect out of a lot of curveballs. That one right there, 11 inches of horizontal break. So actually, that's more of a slider because the vertical break is almost 0.
Well, it's a great pitch either way. Just clipped the bottom of the zone. It's a 1-2 count to Brett. Grounder, it will stay fair on the backhand. Long throw across the diamond. It's high, and it gets away. Elias Kelly unable to toss that one properly over to his teammate, Jordan Viramontes. The ball will stay in play, so the runner stays at first for the Power. But, again, another base runner for the Power. It's just been a relentless offensive surge. And it's kind of funny how different this game is and yet similar to the one that was played between the Power and the Pirates last time out, where the Pirates got that 7-4 win. Casey Dill telling me today that he thought that the Pirates absolutely deserved to win that game. That was something he emphasized multiple times. He did also say that he expected his team to play better. Didn't exactly look very smooth on defense at times. 3 errors in that one, 2 unearned runs allowed.
Yeah, and if you look at any game in the Power season, and if you talk to Casey Dill after that, the tone's going to be fairly similar no matter what. He's going to be brutally honest on what he loves, what he hates, and, I mean, he will tell you if there's something that he hates. I mean, it's not that he was overly negative, but after the first 3 games of the season, he told me, we shouldn't be 3-0. We're lucky to be 3-0. And it's not that the players played poorly or anything, but you just never expect to have to walk off 3 games in a row. And, yeah, he'll let you know when the team needs to improve something or if they need to finish games off better. But right now he has been happy with the fact that the defense has gotten better as the season's gone on.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. It's low. 4-pitch walk to R.J. Holmes, another runner in scorer's position for the Power. And so, of course, every at-bat for Owen Michelson is going to be must-see TV because of this return he's had. Like we said, missed some time. Brought into the 5 spot in his return. Got a really nice-looking base hit into right field. Ultimately scored a run his first time he was up. Did strike out in the 3rd. So see what he has in store in his 3rd at-bat of the day. The first pitch to him off the outside for ball 1.
And it's not like Michelson's been out of the picture, just MIA, hasn't been with the team. He's been on the bench every day. He's been in the bullpen mostly, catching bullpens for this pitching staff. So he's been getting a rapport and a relationship with a lot of these pitchers as well. So that can be a bit of an advantage when he is behind the dish.
And it's also just staying in the right headspace as well, you got to think. Just staying with the team, staying with the sport that you've dedicated your life to growing with. When it's taken from you, I can only imagine what that does to someone. As we have quietly 7 straight balls thrown by Andre Jenkins.
And I feel like as a catcher specifically, you have a little bit of an advantage in staying in with the game because at bare minimum, you can do something like that, like working with the pitchers, like getting a bullpen in, even if it's something where, okay, maybe I can't hit or maybe I can't run right now, but you can still get some work and you can still do something.
Michelson gets aboard for the 2nd time today. Draws another 4-pitch walk. That is 8 straight. And a lot of times we'll see the Power do this when they have those games where they really rack up a ton of runs. When you see a situation like this, the Power are just going to keep that bat on their shoulders consistently and force whoever is on the mound to prove that they can get it in the strike zone consistently before they're even thinking about swinging that wood.
Yeah, there was a game against the Alameda Merchants about 2 weeks ago where at one point in the game, I don't know what the final totals were, but the Merchants had 22 at-bats by the 7th inning that went 3 pitches or less.
Man.
And the Power on the other side had 26 that were 3 or that reached a 3-ball count. So it's an exhausting lineup to go through. It's an exhausting approach. And when you're not giving on something that's, let's say, an inch off the plate, and that's not getting called, then, I mean, for a pitcher, you feel like you're underwater.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that Hasso's going to take this first pitch. I guess we'll find out. 8 straight balls. Here's the 9th. And it gets the heart of the plate for strike 1.
How'd you know he was going to take it?
Well, it didn't have to be Sherlock Holmes for that one. Wonder if you might even see another take here. Wave and a miss. 0-2 the count. You mentioned Hasso's prolific high school career. He played high school ball at the Maywood Center for Enriched Studies, where he won Rookie of the Year, Pitcher of the Year, First Team All-Sutherland, and, of course, unsurprisingly, MVP. Well, Alex is in an 0-2 hole. Just offside. Or outside, my mistake.
And it's not just at the prep level where Hasso's got it done, but at Whittier as well. I mean, he was one of the best hitters in that conference this past season, hit .344. And a thing that you got to really admire, especially as a guy like Hasso who's had as much collegiate experience as he's had.
1-2, bouncer up the middle. That'll sneak through for a base hit, an RBI single for Alex Hasso. The lead is 9-2.
And this is what you can appreciate out of Hasso, the consistency, the approach, and the fact that the guy just posts. He's there every day. He's almost always available.
Scoring for the Power was Brett Williams, who reached on an error. The bases are loaded, 1 out. The first pitch, high drive, deep right field, gone! Liftoff for Trevor Banning. It is a power ambush here in Palm Springs. 13-2 the score, a 5-spot already with just 1 out.
Well, Vince, I liked what Andre Jenkins was doing the first couple of at-bats. He was using that fastball both sides of the plate. He was getting hit around, he did get hit around a little bit, but those 2 walks, R.J. Holmes and Owen Michelson, it seemed like that just kind of took the wind out of the sails for him. And Trevor Banning, first pitch, we've seen the curveball a couple times. This one, if you look at our K-Zone on TrackMan, that is middle, and Trevor Banning, a Division I hitter, did not miss that.
Yeah, you said it. And, man, what a game for Trevor Banning. 2 for 2 with a walk. Count him 6 RBIs on the day as Matthew McConaughey takes strike 1. Wave and a miss. Makade taking off for first. And the foot stays on the bag for out number 2. Trevor Banning has 3 hits on the year. Or pardon me, he has 4 hits, my mistake.
3 of them are extra bases.
Yeah, single, double, triple, homer. And of course that homer a grand slam.
So can we just count this as the cycle?
Well, usually that's for a single game, but I like where your head's at.
Let's have some fun.
Kai Cunningham comes up. Base is empty, 2 outs. Here's the first pitch up high. And you made a point earlier, Steven, with how this is going to put a real tax on the Pirates' pen. These teams are going to play each other tomorrow. And obviously, as the 1-0 comes in. You know, for the health of these players, you definitely don't want them to overpitch. But, hey, the game is the game, and if you've got these players in the batter's box, they're going to want to drive one into the outfield. And the Power just continuing the momentum.
So, Vince, we talked earlier about how I'm good at correcting people after mistakes.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm going to correct yourself and myself because
okay.
I led you astray. It's my fault. I flipped the schedule. Actually, the Power are taking on the Santa Clarita Victory tomorrow. And then they've got the Pirates for 2 this weekend.
Okay. Wow, well, still, you're still playing the Power. That you got to think that carry over to some extent. You're playing the same team 3 times. Or pardon me, I think that's the second time we're playing. No, do we play them tomorrow? I think we do.
Wait, yes, we do. No, or
Kai draws a walk.
Arizona State education here, folks.
It's like, what's the joke? I've never been wrong
87% acceptance rate.
The joke, I've never been wrong in my life. I thought I was wrong, or I thought I was wrong once, but it turns out I was right.
And I was wrong that I was right.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're going to get through this.
So Jaden Sanchez is coming up with 2 outs. Runner at first. He's 1 for 3 with a run. As the runner will take second. That might have been a balk. Seemed like there was a bit of a delay before Jenkins dealt that one.
And you don't see this too often. Jaden Sanchez is up for his 4th at-bat in as many innings.
That's what I was looking at. I had to almost double-check myself for wave and a miss. Because this is still just inning number 4. And it seems like that the Power seem to be practicing some math or some counting for kindergarten on the scoreboard. 1 in the first, and then 3, 4, 5 in the second, third, and fourth. The funny thing about the 13 spies, I don't think the Power have had too many hits in this one so far.
No, so far it looks like they've only got 7 on this game.
And the walks came everywhere for the Power. The 2-1 pitch to Sanchez. Cunningham at second. Here's the pitch. Wave and a miss. Count even 2 apiece. Jenkins hoping to escape the inning. The 2-2. Got him. Andre Jenkins strikes out Sanchez. Sanchez now 1 for 4 on the day, but the fact that he has already seen that many at-bats is a sign of how dominant the Power have been thus far. 13-2 the score as the Pirates get to work on offense in the top of 5.
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
It's the top of the fifth here in Palm Springs, where it has been nothing but power so far. 13-2 is the score. The big highlight being Trevor Banning with a grand slam. 4 of the 5 runs of the power scored in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch to Froy Cerna, fouled away. Cerna is 1 for 1 with a double, scored a run, one of the 2 runs that have scored for the Pirates. And Cerna quickly behind 0-2.
And I know he's pitched really well. Again, just 4 hits on the book against him for Cam Whitty. 2 runs. One of them was on a box. So, again, he might have been able to prevent that one. But it's a question of how long do they let him keep going out there, because he's been sitting on that bench a long time every inning. And, yes, the pitch count is still in a very manageable spot. But the most taxing thing on pitchers isn't the pitch count necessarily. It's the stress of the pitches, which there's been basically 0. But the up and downs and how hard it is to get up and down because you've cooled off so much.
Wave and a miss. Well, Whitty still seems locked in. Another K to start the inning as Cerna goes down. Lineup turns over for Isaiah Walls, the shortstop.
Like, you'll see it sometimes that maybe a pitcher starts moving around a little bit during an inning, maybe just, plays catch for, like from about 20 feet, a couple tosses, maybe at a pitching change.
First pitch to Walls. Called a strike.
But I saw this the other day during a A's and Yankees game. I don't think I've ever seen this in my life.
You watch a lot of baseball, my friend.
The starting pitcher for the Yankees during a 13-run inning went back to his own bullpen to throw another bullpen and warm up again.
That was the only runs the Yankees scored in that game, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't ask me on that.
I remember the A's made that one a game. 2-1 the count. Back to the real baseball. Isaiah Walls 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded to second to lead off the game. Flew out to right in the 3rd. And here he is with 1 out in the top of the 5th. 2-1 count. Hit hard on the ground for a base hit. Isaiah Walls gets aboard his first hit of the year. That comes against the power.
That's not a bad pitch by Cam Whitty. It's 88. It's up and in, but it's just an even better job of Isaiah Walls. He got jammed. That one was only 74 off the bat, but still able to get a little bit of the barrel and able to keep that bat in the zone long enough to just force that one through the infield.
Jackson Gray drew a walk in the 1st. Had an RBI in the 3rd on a ground out, pop foul. Hit .364 at Citrus College for his collegiate season.
And you'll see some of these players, whether it's Citrus College or Cerritos or really just a lot of the junior colleges around America.
Up the middle, base hit. Runner heading over to 3rd. Walls digging in. He is safe and the ball gets away. Walls will head for home. The throw home is not in time. And now is a little league kind of situation. Gray's going to make his way over to 3rd. 1 out, a run will score. And it is a 13-3 game. Wow.
And that's just not what you want to see as a Power fan right there. That is what you would like to kindly call just bad presentation right there, just throwing the ball around. That was a great job by Whitty being over there in his own dugout to be able to try and pick that up and try and prevent that run, but just a tough throw that didn't particularly go in as a strike towards Brett Williams, and just nothing you can do when the ball's on the ground as much as it was that play.
Another pitch up the middle, shut down on the backhand. Runner will still reach as Whitty, a bit of a slip there, but despite it not being graceful, that kept a run from scoring.
Yeah, that's a great job by Whitty. He was basically with his backside to the plate, just kind of stuck his glove out and sat down. he's wishing that he caught that ball, but the most important part, he stopped it. He stopped it from getting through, and he kept it close. Because if that thing skirts off in either direction, to the left or the right, I mean, you can almost guarantee that Jackson Gray's scoring from third.
Well, you still a base hit from Mark DiCarlo. Cleanup hitter, Jordan Viramontes digs in. Bouncer, just foul. No, it's fair. It's into the corner, or my mistake. I was looking at the third base coach who gave a probably biased perspective that the ball was fair, but it was in fact foul. That was really close, though. Caden Richards over at third found himself kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place as that chopper seemed to loop over his head. But thankfully it is ruled for the Power, I should say thankfully, that it was on the left side of the foul line. So an eventful first pitch to Jordan Villamontes. And the Palm Springs faithful in attendance, they want a strikeout, but they'll take a double play as well. Custom made, and the inning will end. Another run scores, but the Power maintain their double-digit lead. 13-3 to score. We'll see you in the bottom of 5. Caden Richards leading things off for the Power. Palm Springs leading 13-3 against a team that took them down and handed them their second loss of the season. First pitch taken for a strike. And that was an especially crushing loss for the Power the last time that they played the Pirates and ultimately lost 7-4, as I just said. First to pop up into third, first baseman Viramontes will try and track it down. Instead, it will bounce foul. What made that loss so frustrating is that the Power really did have some chances in that one. It was 4-2 as we entered the top of the ninth, and the Pirates wound up scoring 3 runs in the top 9 to make it 7-2. And most frustrating of all for the Power, they thought they were going to need 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth to tie it up. They got 2 runs. Final score was 7-4. Those insurance runs were the difference. The 0-2 pitch to Richards. Bouncer over to third. But the scoop is awry. Long throw across, not in time. And that should be a base hit for Caden Richards.
Yeah, an infield single for Caden Richards. He did not hit it hard at all, but it was honestly, the story of that play is just a fantastic effort from Isaiah Walls, ranging about a mile over at from shortstop, picking up after the third baseman Elias Kelly couldn't make the play. And Walls with a just incredibly strong throw. I mean, he made that thing really close on a play that shouldn't have been.
Brett Williams takes ball one. Andre Jenkins still on the rubber for the Pirates. Allowed 5 runs last inning.
But, Vince, for some wrap-up and some context on how, not crushing, but just how impactful that loss is the other day to the Pirates, it's first and foremost, a CPCL loss.
Line drive into left field, foul.
So it's not only a CPCL loss, but it's a CPCL loss against who is probably going to be maybe the best, if not second best team in the CPCL. But just to put that in context to what that means, the Power, if you look at their record over the last, really their entire existence, but if you just go in Casey Dill's tenure, they're winning 30 to 35 games a season.
Grounder will stay foul.
And yes, some of that includes the playoffs, but you have to get to the playoffs, and only the top 2 seeds reach the playoffs in the CPCL. So for the Power, you look at the record, and it was a fantastic record last year, but you'd think, okay, they had this thing all wrapped up with 3 weeks to go in the season. No, it took them till their second-to-last series to clinch a spot in the CPCL playoffs.
But the Power did get that 1 seed. They still had to go on the road for the first game of the best-of-3 championship series. And they got the job done against the Pirates. Forced a Game 2 at home in front of the faithful. Pop-up. That'll reach the seats. And it's just so fun for the fans in attendance, just for baseball fans as a whole, when the championship game might also be the best game of the year, just in terms of a quality standpoint.
Yeah, and the Power have put up nothing but really just box office performances in the playoffs the last couple of years. 2 years ago against the San Diego Waves, Noah Blythe walked it off with a home run in the 10th.
1-2, deep to left field. Banks off the top of the wall for extra bases. Runner is on their way home. They will score. It is 14-3 as the Power just continue their assaults. Brett Williams gets himself an RBI double.
A great job by Brett Williams. He went down golfing for that one. It was a 73-mile-an-hour curveball that didn't have a ton of vertical break on it, but Williams just drops the bat head and just scoops that thing up. I mean, that one went a long way. It wasn't hit that hard, but a 27-degree launch angle, and 316 feet later, rolling around for extra bases. And I mean, Brett Williams, if you're looking for a catcher who can produce, I mean, this is one of them. He has been on a tear.
And we're going to have a pitching change on our hands here. The night is finished for Andre Jenkins. So 14-3 to score. We're going to take a quick break here, but on the other side, we'll see what the new pitcher for the Pirates can do against this scorching hot offense. Adam Rabb is the new pitcher for the Inland Valley Pirates. They've used 4 already against the Power, and the reigning champs, who have won the last 3 championships, have done some damage against all 3. Rabb's first pitch fouled away off the bat of R.J. Holmes. Holmes has a base hit and a walk. Lined out to first in his first at-bat. Oh, 1 pitch, big swing and a foul.
Vince, I know you've only been here a couple of days or a little over a week, but I mean,
6 days to be exact.
It might, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like every time RJ Holmes is at the dish, and he's the right guy to do it. He had a fantastic freshman year at Virginia.
Holmes, another big rip.
It feels like every single swing he takes, it looks like that ball is going to go to the moon, basically. I mean, you won't see a ton of guys on this team who have just a more violent and aggressive approach than Holmes.
Well, as a team, the Power came in hitting .294. Going to go on a limb and say that's now over 300 with the performance that they have put together here. 0-2, wave and a miss. Down goes Holmes. Adam Rabb gets himself a great strikeout to start off his outing.
And that is a great pitch by Rabb. It didn't look like it was going to have a chance, but looked like a changeup that just took that arm side movement all the way out of the zone and into the left-handed batter's box. And R.J. Holmes was thinking that thing was about a chest-high fastball, but no, it drops a little, and it was not close to the zone. Great pitch.
Owen Michelson has reached base safely 2 of the 3 times he's had a plate appearance today. Back in the lineup, and it's fun to see the creativity we see from Casey Dill when it comes to where to put guys in the lineup, because Michelson's primary position is catcher, as the 1-0 pitch gets the outside part of the plate for strike 1. But of course, kind of a surprise seeing Michelson in left field. Maybe a surprise at first glance, but you just kind of think about the way the pieces have to go together in order to put the best batters in place. And that's kind of just the spot that Michelson happened to have available to him, and so that is where he is playing this game.
So for Michelson as well, again, he's a junior at UNC Asheville. He started 3 games as a freshman, but he's been a full-time starter the last 2 years, and it's because of this. It's because of the versatility. They've been able to throw him in left and right field. He's got a great arm, so as long as he can just be an athlete and make a couple reads, I mean, he is such an asset to have, and his coaches at Asheville have used it to its fullest extent because he's not playing the full season behind the dish, especially when they've had some really great catchers come through that program. So they've just had to get him in the lineup one way or another, and that way has been, whether it's been by being a DH some games. He has caught a lot, but whenever they need to give him his legs, a rest from just being behind the plate, it's either been in a corner outfield spot or as a DH.
Count even at 2 apiece for Owen. Had a hard grounder straight at the Pirates' dugout. Put a scare into some young men over there. You get close seats, you're going to pay a bit of a price for that. 2-2 up the middle. It will hang up there for De La Torre. And there's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, looked like an off-speed pitch at the top of the zone, and Michelson might have just been a little bit early on it, didn't get the best hack at it, and, it's a great result for Adam Rabb. You're hoping to get through, again, you're coming into the teeth of this lineup. You've got Holmes, Michelson, and Hasso coming up, so if you can get a couple quick outs like he has, I mean, you're feeling so much better about the position you're in as a pitcher coming into this game.
First pitch to Hasso up high. He got a base hit last time up. Drove in a run. Part of that 5-run inning that the Power scored. They've scored in every single inning so far. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the third, 5 in the fourth, and now 1 here in the 5th. Ooh, a called strike on the outside. Still a runner at second. It's Brett Williams. Reached on an error. Adam Rabb, the young pitcher for the Pirates, thrown into the fire here against one of the hottest hitting lineups in the desert. Trying to allow just the one run, gets a called strike, count even at 2 apiece. Noah Raymer, Jorge Valdez, and Andre Jenkins are the 3 pitchers that we have seen for the Pirates. The 2-2 pitch from Rabb. Skied into center. De La Torre for out number 3. So another run for the Power. What else is new? 14-3 the score. We're on our way to inning number 6 here in Palm Springs.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
So we've got a bit of a fun mystery on our hands here as we start the 6th inning here at Palm Springs Stadium. The night is finished for Cameron Whitty, who absolutely shoved for the Power. Well, it did allow 3 runs, actually. Just been such a dominant showing for the Power offense. You kind of forget that 3 runs, not necessarily anything to scoff at for the Pirates, but another solid inning nonetheless for Whitty. He went 7 innings, 2 earned runs in the start before this one. But now the ball is turned over to number 15 for the Power. We think it's Jeremiah Acosta. However, Acosta does not have any pitching stats listed. So there's a chance this is the debut. We have our best men on it. So we're going to find out. In the meantime, we think it's Acosta, right?
Well, to my knowledge,
Yeah.
I haven't seen Jeremiah Acosta pitch in a little while. This guy looks a little bigger than Jeremiah Acosta. We're gonna figure this out.
In the meantime, here's De La Torre to lead things off. 0 for 2, strikeout, ground out. And here's the first pitch from our mystery man to De La Torre. Up top for a ball.
So this is actually another former COD guy. It's Caleb Ortiz on the mound, not Jeremiah Acosta.
Now pitches for your Power, number 15, Caleb Ortiz.
And Ortiz if you're going to look at what he's done in this past season in college, 14 appearances for the Roadrunners, 62 and a third innings pitched, an ERA under 2.
Lazy fly ball to the shortstop. Kai Cunningham puts it away for the first out. And I believe, is this not Garcia's debut for the Power?
So Caleb Ortiz, I'm pretty sure he has pitched for the Power. I'm pretty sure he pitched a couple of weeks ago, actually. I'm going to get those numbers up right now. But this is, apologies for the confusion here. Ortiz has been on the roster for a while, but this is a different number than we're used to seeing him in. And
yeah.
No, it does not look like he's pitched for the Power yet this season.
How about it? So a fun chance to get some experience for Caleb Ortiz. He got the first out against De La Torre. Now Caleb Cerrone. And Cerrone has been one of the more productive hitters in this game across both teams. He's 2 for 2. Pair of singles, has an RBI.
Yeah, the 5'10", 185-pound sophomore out of College of the Desert. He's got a big fastball. And, again, the thing I can't just help but be impressed by is that 62 and a third innings pitched. It wasn't a ton of strikeouts, only 26, but he kept the ball on the ground. And, again, an ERA at 188. You don't joke about that.
1-1 in tight. Clocked that last pitch at 72 miles an hour. I think that's the off speed.
And it's incremental growth from him. As a freshman, he was fantastic as well. 49 innings pitched and an ERA just a tick above 3.
Hit hard over the head of Cunningham at short. It's a one-out base hit for the Pirates. Cabe Cerrone is now 3 for 3.
But if you're looking for what the difference is between that 3.10 ERA as a freshman and that 1.88 ERA as a sophomore, he walked 15 batters in 49 and a third innings pitched as a freshman, which that's still a fantastic number. You're not walking a ton of guys at all. Well, throw 13 more innings in there and walk 3 less, and you're just mitigating traffic at a whole nother level. And he also hit 8 less batters this past season.
Ty Diaz swings at the first pitch. And, yeah, you look at walks in the context of not allowing base runners, but also guys who have low walks, that's also just a sign of elite control of placing their pitches properly. So when you see less walks, it just means an overall improved command from a pitcher.
So, yes, he did. The strikeouts did take a dip.
Pop foul. Runner went. We'll have to return. Go on.
But the fact that even with those strikeouts taking a dip, he basically allowed almost 0 free passes, almost 0 free base runners. I mean, that control is elite. And even if you go down to just looking at wild pitches, he had 6 wild pitches in 259 batters faced.
Wow.
Basically, he's throwing a wild pitch every, third week.
Ty Diaz in an 0-2 count. Runner stays put this time, swinging a foul. And Jackson Gray is going to exchange a few words with his pitcher. Or pardon me, Brett Williams, my mistake.
And just as such a young pitcher, again, he's only a sophomore in college right now. He's looking to move on, but the fact that he only had 13 earned runs in 62 innings.
0-2 in the dirt. The throw down to second. They might have a play, and they have got him. Down goes Cade Cerrone. Brett Williams, a brilliant throw over to second, and there are 2 down here in the 6th.
Yeah, it looked like Cade Cerrone was kind of caught in the middle of, do I go? Do I even think of the delayed steal? Okay, that pitch is in the dirt. I have to go. And I don't know what the hesitation was there for, but it's a great job by Williams blocking that pitch. It's so hard to get a throw off in that situation.
And to add to the successful pair of pitches, a strikeout will end the inning. Welcome to the Power, Caleb Ortiz. He faces the minimum, and we're headed to the bottom of 6.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are two teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Not real golf.
Adam Rabb back on the mound for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Vincent Hesbrook with Stephen Buxton here in what has been a really fun game so far. Championship rematch, like we mentioned, the Power have won the last 3 league championships. They beat the Pirates for their last one. The Pirates beat the Power the first time these two teams met just a few days ago. And then the Power, it was clear that they were very motivated coming in. Obviously, with the talent the Power have, you expect them to rack up some wins naturally. But it felt like there's been a little bit of extra juice, particularly in these early innings.
Yeah, and for the Power especially, again, we've mentioned them playing downhill, being able to snowball innings and be able to just really ratchet up the tension on an opposing pitcher or an opposing lineup. And, I mean, this is the prototypical game for them.
Trevor Banning gets a cheer as he's introduced, and there's a reason why. He got himself a grand slam the last time he was up. His first homer as a member of the Power. He's played in just 4 games, I believe, on the season. But starting at second today, has played solid defense for the most part in a 1-1 count. And this has been one of the better showings we've had from a Power player. If I'm not mistaken, 2 hits on the day and a walk, 6 RBIs.
Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at just the sheer volume on RBI numbers, I mean, just the games that come to mind, I mean, I think Jaden Sanchez was 6 for 6 the other day. And then there was a game where Alex Hasso was 4 for 5 but reached 6 times.
And a lot of those RBI numbers are absolutely situational, but you can create moments, but you can't force guys to take advantage of them. So for Trevor Banning to get these 6 RBIs, as he shoots one foul, count is full. The guy's being honored why he got the RBIs, obviously, but he also got to seize the moment. To have bases loaded like that and to go the distance into right field speaks a lot to the kind of stuff that this young man is built of.
And it looks like with the massive lead, they're going to be going to the bench. Casey Dill going to be expending that bench pretty soon.
Wave and a miss. Down goes Banning. Adam Rabb starts the inning well.
We've got Amari Conley coming up right now, and then it looks like that is, I think that's Javier Vasquez on deck, if I'm not mistaken.
So Amari Conley, the lefty, digs in. The first pitch to him, big wave and a miss.
Or apologies, that's Jeremiah Acosta on deck.
Oh, the pitcher.
Nope, the center fielder.
Oh, this one stung into the gap out in left center. Will it get down? No, it will hang up in left for Froy Cerna. So up comes the aforementioned Acosta. He'll be hitting in place of Kai Cunningham.
And Acosta hasn't gotten to play much lately, but he's had a nice season with the Power so far. 312 batting average. Again, his last game was on the 13th. It's been sparing so far this season. But, I mean, 5 hits and 17 plate appearances. That's some good work done by him.
1-0 called strike.
And the big thing, he's a nice athlete, and he's really good. A good player to put in situationally because he plays the field well. He plays multiple different positions.
And we know that Casey Dill is going to give his guys at-bats. When it comes to this time of year, you start to see a regular crew form. And so if you're one of those bench contributors, this is your moment to leave a memory in the mind of your manager. Because your goal is to win, which you obviously want to be a part of it as much as possible. 1-2 pitch. Just off the outside, the count's even at 2 apiece. Power in danger of their first inning without scoring a run. The 2-2 slapped into right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Acosta, he's on the move, on his way to second, affixed to the helmet, and he slides in there safely as the throw gets away. Jeremiah Acosta, 2-out, double, and a runner in scores position for Jaden Sanchez.
And Vince, you saw it. He was thinking to the whole way, but he didn't commit until he was about 10 feet past first base, taking that hard turn. You saw him stutter a little bit, but then put on the Jets. And that slide is such a smooth slide going around the bag, trying to avoid what could have been a tag. It's a smart move. But if he just slid in straight up, there's a chance that he sees that ball get away quicker, and he's standing on third right now.
First pitch to Sanchez, grounded. It will tuck foul. Sanchez 1 for 3 on the day.
I wonder if he's rusty. This is the first time he's gone more than an inning without an at-bat.
Well, what's funny is the last 2 times he has ended the inning. But a chance to keep the scoring going for the Power. They lead 14-3 against the Pirates. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Rab. Pop-up. Who wants it? Seems like it'll be at first. Jordan Viramontes, can't get there in time. It drops. A little bit of a miscommunication for the Pirates. It seemed like that both the second baseman, Ty Diaz, and Jordan Viramontes at first were both tracking it down. When in retrospect, obviously hindsight 2020, it was probably Jackson Gray, the catcher, who should have been going for that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's either Jackson Gray or even you could kind of expect Adam Rab to at least get off the mound. I mean, not necessarily expecting him to go hunt down fly balls, but if he's, simply just drifting off the mound, I mean, he's in the area, so he can give an attempt, but just a shock there was such indecision there.
Ooh, close pitch. Sanchez stays alive, 1-2. I understand probably the perspective of Rab, because I'll admit I couldn't hear what the communication was. But I got a feeling that when somebody calls for it, which I think Viramontes might have done, you just want to get out of their way, avoid too many cooks in the kitchen. 1-2 fouled back our way. But, yeah, it's definitely an interesting sight to see when you've got multiple guys shifting over, trouble reading it. But, man, when you pop it that high into the air, the higher it's in the air, especially with the wind blowing out left to right, it's going to be tricky to see those.
And for Jaden Sanchez, too, I mean, that pitch basically, you're thinking, I'm guaranteed out, and then out of nowhere, I've got a whole new at-bat here. I've got a chance.
The Power have scored in every inning so far. Sanchez wants to keep it going. It's kind of fun. A lot of times you look at flags to see how the wind is blowing, but here at Palm Springs Stadium, you can see which way the mist is blowing with the way the water comes out of the overhead pipes that cool off the Power faithful as they watch the games. 3-2. And we'll do it again.
Now, Vince, I just have to mention, our coworker Ethan Oliveris is losing his mind over every foul ball right now. I mean, I think he almost knocked over his PA mic 3 times tonight, probably.
Well, the net is there. It's just, I don't know, maybe he's hoping that the molecules lined up and it can quantum warp its way through, but I just think that's something that's not worth banking on. 3-2, driven out to deep left field, hooking foul, and another payoff pitch on the way.
And I don't know if you heard that. Ethan dived for that foul ball as well.
Yeah. We had one go in the PA booth earlier. That's been mentioned on every single broadcast.
Now I'm getting chirps from the peanut gallery right next to me.
(3-2) again to Sanchez. And what a battle between Jaden Sanchez and Adam Rabb. But Sanchez gets aboard for the second time today. It'll be up to Caden Richards to continue the power streak of scoring in every inning.
And I know this game, it's 14-3, so you're not necessarily looking at a moment in time to point to. But for this inning, and for Jaden Sanchez specifically, just look at that foul ball that did not get caught. Because you mentioned what a battle. That was a battle. 9 pitches in that at-bat, and he had to foul off 4 of them.
Yeah.
And for Sanchez, being down 0-2, being able to grind out that walk when there are a lot of really close pitches. I mean, that is as professional of an at-bat as you get.
Well, I'm going to give a little tease here on the broadcast. When it comes to these later innings, sometimes you got to be a salesman when you're on the air. So, of course, today is Juneteenth. And I have some Civil War trivia that relates to Palm Springs as a called strike is in there. Sometimes you just go down a rabbit hole when you're doing research. You know, it's one of the best things about just not just, getting ready to prep for a baseball game, but learning in general as a human being. So I've got a story to share that involves a disastrous military program that existed here in Palm Springs. 1-2 cracked into right field, but right at Mark DiCarlo, and the inning is over. Well, got some Civil War trivia on the other side. 14-3 the score as we get set for the top of 7. It's the top of the 7th here in Palm Springs, and what has been a blowout to say the least. 14-3 the score. The Power lead the Pirates. Vince Hesprick with Stephen Buxton. Got some defensive changes for you. First, A.J. Bianchina replaces Trevor Banning at second. Amari Conley in right field replaces Matthew McCate, and Jeremiah Acosta takes over at short, replacing Kai Cunningham. Leading off for the Pirates, is Elias Kelly. And, well, we teased it last inning, and we're going to get the chance to talk about it here. But first, pitch to Elias Kelly before I begin my historical story relating to the greater Palm Springs area. First pitch in tight. So, of course, today is Juneteenth. The Palm Springs Unity Picnic started downtown at 5 o'clock p.m. Juneteenth, of course, celebrates the 161st anniversary of the time in 1865 that Major General Gordon Granger's unit went to Galveston, Texas to tell the last of the enslaved population that they were free. Now, I love doing broadcasts on historical anniversaries because it lets me dive into some extra history, and I found a pretty fun story that relates to this area. So, of course, the Civil War, Stephen, mostly took place out on the East Coast as we have a pop-up. I think it will float up at short, and Acosta gets out number 1. Most of the fighting took place on the East Coast, but if you believe it or not, there was some fighting that took place at this end as well. But the big trouble with fighting over here is, of course, the desert, right? You need a reliable way to cross the terrain and lug a whole bunch of materials away to help your troops. So the U.S. military came with a solution. Because you know how there's the military corps and the Marine Corps, right? Introducing, for the Civil War, the Camel Corps. The U.S. military used camels throughout the Civil War as a way to, move equipment across. And it seems like it would be a good idea. The camels can hold 600 pounds, don't need much water. The thing is, as you might realize, Stephen, there is no Camel Corps currently in the U.S. military, and that is because the Camel Corps program was, to put it simply, an unmitigated disaster. Now, I can give you a few reasons why, but I'm going to stick to 4 big ones. The first one, camels terribly behaved, incredibly ill-tempered, very stubborn, can't really control them. But this is where it gets pretty funny, because the presence of camels absolutely terrified the Army's horses and mules, and they found themselves unable to work. But although the presence of the camels spooked the horses and mules, it was the smell of the camels that terrified everybody involved. Because the camel's fiber-based diet makes it among the gassiest animals in the animal kingdom. They release, I kid you not, 100 pounds of methane gas in a single year. And the final reason was that soldiers simply hated saying that they were involved with the Camel Corps. So the program did not go well. It was disbanded soon thereafter. Here's a 2-2 pitch on the way to Cerna. Outside, the count is full. So the military had to try and find a way to salvage the solution. What they decided to do was auction off these camels. And much of them was sold to the city of Indio, which is barely 20 miles here in Palm Springs. Now, the camels were bred and eventually used as part of the annual date festival, as we have a bouncer over to short. A hop and a step, and there is out number 2. So these camels are sold, and they are used as part of the annual date festival, which still exists today. It runs from mid-February to early March. The festival has existed for over 100 years. It's known for its eccentric cuisine and great amusement rides. But even today, this festival in the greater Palm Spring area is known for its camel rides. And we owe that cultural break in the greater Palm Springs area to the ill-fated Camel Corps back in the Civil War.
Vince, there's not many times that I sit on a broadcast and learn something about my hometown. But, I mean, you just did that, and I will just say, hats off. That might be maybe the best mid-inning, just random kind of, like, not completely off topic, but not about the game story that I've gotten in a long, long time.
0-2, swinging a foul. We keep it going. Do want to cite my sources, though. Peter Simek, writer for Texas Heritage Living magazine, and Emily Shavius Foster, the editor-in-chief of Palm Springs Life magazine. Read a few articles to learn about that one. It was fun going through it. It took away from my ability to prep for the other people because I was so invested in that one instead. But just there was an illustration in one of the articles, and just it was a bunch of soldiers just looking mad at a bunch of camels on the ground. And I like to imagine the artist had to, like, talk to soldiers. And they're like, no, you got to change it. We were madder than that. 0-2 upstairs. And, gosh, that stat, 100 pounds of
that sounds horrible.
Gas. It's miserable, yeah.
And
it's not just
especially-
one camel. It's just nonstop fart machines as you're crossing the desert. 1-2 our way. We'll hit the seats.
I mean, Vince, the reaction time on one of the fans walking through the concourse, I mean, that was some good stuff. I mean, that fan almost had to fight through Ethan Oliveris to get to that foul ball.
Got to stay on your toes whenever you're at a ball game. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Walls. In there, called strike 3, and he knew it. A clean inning for the Power. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th, or pardon me, bottom of the 6th. Man, we've had a lot of games so far. A lot of game left, more to come. Stick with us here in Palm Springs.
Palm Springs Kia proudly sponsors tonight's 7th inning stretch. Designed for your eyes, built for your life, and made for desert nights. Palm Springs Kia, where style meets comfort. Visit us at palmspringskia.com. Now, let's play ball.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Thank you for calling the Sandwich Spot. Is this a sandwich emergency? It's a sandwich emergency!
Great sandwiches made with love. The Sandwich Spot. Love all, eat all. Located in downtown Palm Springs inside of the Henry Frank Arcade.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
It is the bottom of the 7th inning here in Palm Springs Stadium. The hometown Power lead 14-3. Vince Hesprick with Stephen Buxton. Leading off the inning for the Power. Can now say Brett Williams. Our friends, or thanks to Ethan for saying that so I could remember. Williams has had himself a strong showing here. He's got a double, he's got a walk. You can see there's no ease up, and I think that's probably the way that Adam Rabb wants it on the mound for the Pirates, because you just want to get that experience. Like we said, for all these pitchers, you want that experience against a championship caliber team like the Power. You don't want guys going easy. That's not how you get better, and I don't think Brett is going to take his foot off the gas here in the bottom of 7. Well, I burned our last inning on a bit of a tangent, and there was another thing I wanted to squeeze in there that relates to one of the players on the Pirates. They're on the field right now. Isaiah Walls is leading off for the Inland Valley Pirates. 2-1 pitch, called strike. Here's the 2-2. Hit high into the air. A long run out in center for De La Torre, but he will ease up from Mark DiCarlo. So I talked about Isaiah Walls, and we've talked about, it's been a theme how a lot of times these players are at their games or playing at their colleges, and there's SIDs who put in some great notes for some of these players. Learn about their personalities as Blake Browning comes up for the Pirates. And for Isaiah Walls, there's a particularly fun fact that I saw on his page, the shortstop for the Pirates. They asked him what his favorite TV show is, and he gave two very juxtaposing answers as Browning takes ball 1. Two favorite shows, Breaking Bad and SpongeBob.
Oh.
Those are some differing tones.
That sounds like a fantastic Saturday night.
2-0 the count to Browning. Replacing Owen Michelson. Or pardon me, RJ Holmes, I believe, is being replaced.
I feel like I've seen Breaking Bad on at least 15 players' bios.
Called strike. I think it's not just a baseball player thing. I think it's also just like a human being thing.
So are you telling me that one of the most successful shows of all time is successful for a reason?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Checks out.
The 2-1. Oh, high drive out to deep left field. This is gone. Blake Browning deposits it over the left field wall, and the Power lead by 12.
Blake Browning saw a fastball center cut at the top of the zone, and he did not miss. That thing was right over the heart of the plate. I've talked to this guy a lot over the years. I went to high school with him. He grew up out here, went to Xavier Prep. But since he's been with the Power, I talked to him the other day when we were on the road, and he mentioned that even though he does have a year of eligibility left, he's trying to go the pro route. And a big part of that, too, is he's trying to maximize the aforementioned TrackMan data that you were talking about earlier with some of the big numbers that he has put up. He's a big, powerful dude with just all sorts of quick twitch. And when that guy gets into a ball, he can kill one. That one 104 off the bat.
And another at-bat for Owen Michelson. He stays in. You wonder if the goal is to get him as many at-bats as possible as he eases his way back into this lineup after missing some time. And, well, it seems like he's eased himself quite nicely. 1 for 2, a pair of walks. Or 3 walks. Well, he strikes out looking. Just tell me what I did wrong there. What's his stat line?
1 for 3, a walk, and 2 runs.
Thank you.
Well, 1 for 4 now. I was trying to motion you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's okay. Well, we'll get the kinks ironed out. We'll get the hand signals going. Maybe I'll have to play rock, paper, scissors or something.
You could just tell me as well.
It's okay.
I'm not immune to development. Here's Hasso with a high drive out to center field. But a little too high, and De La Torre gets out number 3. 1 run for the Power in the inning, and it was a big one. Browning goes yard, 15-3 to score. We're headed to the 8th.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
We've got a new pitcher for the Power here in the top of the 8th. Vince Hesbrick with Stephen Buxton. It is Keith Williams on mop-up duty to finish up what has been a tremendous showing by the Palm Springs Power.
Yeah, and you mentioned it's been a tremendous showing. I mean, the tone was set from the start with Cam Whitty. He came out 5 innings, 7 hits, but just 2 earned runs. And whether it was Caleb Ortiz or Andrew Baltazar or now Keith Williams, so far it's just been a fantastic showing, and Zach Phillips probably couldn't be happier about this staff today.
Popped in the left, there's Michelson for out number 1. I'll tell you what, I'm going to break the fourth wall. I'm not fully sure that's Keith Williams because that's number 42.
I thought that was number 47.
Oh, Keith Williams is number 43 for the Power, so maybe a bit of a mystery on our hands. It seemed like Ethan in the other room felt like he said a name confidently, so I might go over and quick ask him.
Oh, that is number 42.
Were you able to quick ask Ethan? Oh, 1 pitch, wave and a miss. Isaac Sanchez is the pitcher for the Power. Our apologies. Want to make sure you're shouting these players out. Never know if one of their parents are watching. And a rope in a right field, just foul.
Isaac Sanchez out of San Bernardino Valley College. Didn't get a ton of playing time, a true freshman out of Riverside, California. Went to Martin Luther King High School. Right-handed pitcher and struck out 7 in 7 2/3 innings.
Oh, 2, fouled. And there is my favorite sound effect that you get to hear at the ballpark. That kind of screeching sound is hard to describe. That sound is best known as is the sound that Yoda makes in the Lego Star Wars video game for the Nintendo Wii. 0-2. On the inside, keep it going. But are you a Star Wars guy, Steven?
I am. I haven't seen it in a while, but...
Well, I can tell you that the sound, that screeching sound that's been used forever by the internet, is the sound that Yoda makes in the video game, but is also recorded from a moment in one of the movies. 1-2 up the middle for a base hit. Mark DiCarlo gets aboard as a 1-out base runner. Do you want to guess what scene in Star Wars that sound appears?
I'm going to be honest, I would not know.
All right, I believe it's in Attack of the Clones when he fights Count Dooku at the end. So, you a big Lego Star Wars guy?
It was actually, so believe it or not, that was the first video game I ever owned.
No, I believe it, man. It's an elite game.
I got that for Christmas when I was 5 with a Nintendo DS.
Jordan Viramontes comes up. Well, the DS version is different in a lot of different ways from the much superior Wii version. I'm glad you got an experience of it, even if it was a little bit diluted. First pitch to Viramontes. I still like to play that game on the Wii a little bit, and you like to try and, as I'm getting older, you got to find new ways to play it to keep it fresh. It's already tough to justify being 22 when playing a kid's game, but you got to find a way to push that thought out the best you can. And my friend and I found a pretty fun solution. Well, 1, throwback to second, not in time. What my friend Andrew and I decided to do is we were going to play every single level of the game, but if any one of us died, we would have to start the level over. So it's the first 6 movies. There's 6 levels in each movie for 36 total levels. And before we started, we took a guess on how many deaths that we would each have. Here's the 1-1 pitch, grounded foul. And so I guessed 43 deaths. My friend guessed 39. And we ultimately died 88 times in one level.
Oh, no.
I think it was a grand total of around 500 when it was all said and done. But yeah, it was a full summer. But yeah, it kept us, just gave us a reason to keep getting together. Grounder will split the 5-6 gap. It's a base hit, and you can hear the ovation for Jordan Viramontes. Family in attendance. He gets his first hit of the day.
Yeah, it's been a tough night for Viramontes, but he's taken a couple good at-bats. The last one was an inning-ending double play, but here it feels like he's been, just missing a ball by about an inch on the batter. He just missed the pitch he wanted, and right there he finally gets a solid one and puts a better swing on it. That was actually a really good pitch by Isaac Sanchez, but a nice job by Viramontes taking what he can get and depositing it in the outfield.
Oh, Robert De La Torre rips one down the line in right field, down. It banks off the wall. One runner being sent around. They will score. The next will stop at third, and it's an RBI double for Robert De La Torre as Mark DiCarlo gets across. It is a 4-15 game.
And same thing with Robert De La Torre. It feels like he's been right there on a couple of these pitches. That ground ball to short in the second and that pop-up, he just missed both of those. But right there, he attacks that first pitch, 86 miles an hour, in on the hands. They caught a lot of the plate, and De La Torre just turned and burned right there. He was thinking, too, right out the box.
Cade Cerrone comes up. He's got a 3-for-3 day, also an RBI. Was caught stealing last time he got a base hit in the 6th. Chance to drive in 2 runs. Viramontes at second, or pardon me, at third. De Torre at second, first pitch strike. To put a bow on the point about, playing games with your friends, obviously there's some activities that are designed for a certain age group, and you dive into them with your friends nonetheless. But I believe no one should ever need an excuse, as that pitch is grounded, to hang out with their buddies. Because, you're at the point of our lives where you're done with college or nearing the end of it, where sometimes you start to see those connections drift away a little bit. And some of those close friends go their different ways. But whenever you have a reason to get together, whether it be semi or biannually, once every couple years or whatever it is, there's a wave and a miss, a strikeout gets out number 2. You got to find a way to stay in touch with your friends, because those are oftentimes your reason to keep on rolling day after day.
See, you play video games with your friends. I schedule my friends to work baseball games with me.
Well, I'm not sure what that says about you, because you talk about us being like your best friends the way I'm talking about it, and I've known you for 6 days.
So we go way back, man.
Is that already the title I have? Bucko's best friend. It's an honor, man. Ty Diaz takes outside for ball 1. Like Jack, our producer, you've been here for, 3 weeks, Jack? 6 weeks. Man, you've been here a minute. And already you're Bucko's best friend, so you've left a good impression, yeah. I play games to keep in touch with my friends of 22 years. Bucko is out here scheduling his best friends who he knows for a week. You've got your posse, though, right?
I do. You're making it sound so bad, man.
You're making it bad for yourself.
Let's enjoy a baseball game.
Right, yeah. I don't blame you for wanting to change the subject there. You got a fancy football league or something with some pals.
I do. I'm actually losing in my fantasy baseball league.
That was a fun one. Wave and a miss, another strikeout, and the inning will end. Isaac Sanchez gets himself into a little bit of trouble, allows a run, but the lead stays at double digits as we get set for the bottom of 8.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
It's another inning for Adam Rabb of the Inland Valley Pirates. We are in the bottom of the 8th here in Palm Springs Stadium in beautiful Palm Springs, California. Barring something extraordinary, this will be the last time that we see the power bat. Trevor Banning will lead things off. He had that big grand slam back in the 5th. And now here he is in the 8th with a high drive out to left. But not very deep. A long run, but a nice adjustment by Froy Cerna to get out number 1.
And I know he didn't hit that ball all that well, and, you know, he is 2 for 4 today, but, I mean, I'm betting a guy like Trevor Banning is wishing this game would never end because, one, he got a 2 RBI single to start the day. He got the grand slam. He scored twice. I mean, how much better could you do? I mean, you're just nitpicking if you're looking at it, oh, he got out twice. I mean, just a great day for Banning.
Amari Conley with a wave and a miss, 0-1 the count. Power will be back to it tomorrow. Same time, same place, same opponent as well. 1-1 to count. And
after my best efforts to confuse you.
Adam Rabb, the 4th pitcher that the Pirates are using, but this is some valuable length. I mean, he came into an absolute firestorm. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball near the dugout. It will drop in against the fence. But this is now, if I'm not mistaken, the 4th inning that Rabb has pitched.
So Rabb came in the 5th with nobody out, it looks like. And, yeah, he has pitched every inning since then. So he's gone 5, 6, 7, and 8. He did record all 3 outs in the 5th as well.
Oh, got him. Well, Conley reaches base, or no, it hit his bat. Wow. Got it on the handle, and that'll be an unfortunate strike for Amari Conley. You wonder if he's almost okay with that. You'd rather keep your at-bat going in a game like this, get some experience.
Yeah, and with a guy like Conley, who he's got all the tools, we've seen flashes. You just want as many at-bats as possible to finally get it really clicking.
Conley the 1-2. Make it 2-2.
He's hit a lot of ground balls this season, and that seems to have been what's had him struggling a little bit. And, you know, it's a nice sign to have seen him get that fly ball in his last at-bat. Yes, it was an out, but, again, just getting it in the air with authority.
And the at-bat continues. Big swing in on the hands.
Because out of University of Tennessee at Martin, I mean, he's a big, tall, athletic dude. I mean, he's got all the tools, so if he can just start hitting the ball on a line and keep it off the ground, I mean, the sky's the limit.
2-2, wave and a miss. Or no, he just barely got a little bit of the bat on that ball, and the at-bat continues.
And he said he barely got a little bit of that ball. I think the ball caught more of Jackson Gray's chest protector.
I think you're right. Gray's going to take a minute here, and the umpire doing their job. Got to be really empathetic to be an ump. Got to recognize, give players time as needed. It's always fun seeing the way the umpires let players drag out moments, whether it be in Major League Baseball where a former player returns to a team, and the ump will suddenly take a very long time cleaning a home plate that is already clean as the player gets an ovation from their former fans. 2-2 pitch to Conley.
And with that one, too, it didn't look like it hurt Jackson Gray all that much. The pitch was not thrown hard at all. But it's a bit of a shock. It does sting a little. So I think that was more of just giving him a second just to catch his breath and, get his sorts on him.
Conley, a mile into the air. Pirates sorting it out. And in comes Jordan Viramontes to get the second out.
And that's a nice job by Rab. Again, he's done really great work so far since he's been in. He's limited the damage through the last 4 innings. And right there, he's gone low with almost everything that he has thrown in this inning so far. But that one, just a high fastball at the top of the zone, and after just barraging the bottom of it, I mean, that does have to catch Conley a little bit off guard.
Acosta grounds one fair for a base hit. This will be extra bases for Jeremiah Acosta. Takes a long turn into the corner, and he's on his way to third. He's going to test the arm in left, sliding in, and they got him at third. A great relay from Froy Cerna. Isaiah Walls scooped it up, and Elias Kelly delivered the tag for out number 3. The old 7-6-5 putout for the Pirates, and we are on our way to the top of 9th. Last stand for the Pirates.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu. Tyler Crawford takes the mound for the Power. 3 outs left for the Pirates. They find themselves an 11-run hole here in the top of the 9th. Vince Esbrick, been great being here alongside my good friend, Stephen Buxton.
Tyler Crawford taking over after Isaac Sanchez threw an inning, and this is an arm that a lot of guys can get excited about. He's played in both the PSCL and with the Power, and it's been good work with both. He's out of San Bernardino Valley College, and, I mean, it's an arm that's going to be in the upper 80s. He does not walk anyone. I mean, he is a control freak most of the time. And I was talking to a guy who, yes, it's not the Power, but it's not the Power this season. Sam DiMatteo, the former Power hitting coach, current skipper for the PSCL Lumberjacks, and I was talking to him about Tyler Crawford, and he really likes what he sees. He thinks that Crawford's one of the best arms in the league, actually, and I mean, he said it straight up. It's a good fastball. It's a plus fastball. It's a guy who controls the baseball ahead of his ears, basically, and that curveball is another lethal pitch.
1-2. Did he go? No, he held up. And the count even at 2 for Elias Kelly. Well, if you love watching baseball here in this ballpark, boy, do we have some good news for you, because there is ball every single day of the week here in the PSCL, the Power Summer Collegiate League. 2-2 pitch, grounded to short, Acosta. Oh, it got underneath his legs and it gets into left field. So an E6 for Jeremiah Acosta, and the leadoff runner is aboard.
Yeah, it looked like Acosta, there was some indecision on whether he's going to charge that ball or hang up on it. He took maybe 2 or 3 steps forward, and it looked like he just got it in between hops. So that's a ball I think you'd like to see Acosta charge after, but with Tyler Crawford's stuff, you're just hoping he can, churn out another ground ball, and they could possibly turn 2.
Froy Cerna hit a double in the third. Now, give us your take here on the PSCL. Of course, the Lumberjacks are the team to beat right now. They're still undefeated coming in, I believe.
They are still undefeated, and they've played phenomenal baseball. They've got the best pitching staff in the league. They've got the best bats in the league. So that pretty much means that you're probably going to be the best team in the league. But there's a couple teams that are really starting to heat up. The Coyotes, the Grizzly. I mean, basically every team you look at, there's at least something you really like, and there's a reason that they can make a run in the playoffs.
1-1 bouncer foul. And why don't you talk a little bit about that playoff format, because it's a unique one, a fun one.
So it's 3 days. Everyone makes the playoffs. It starts right after our 4th of July game here at Palm Springs Stadium. So July 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's a 3-round playoff race with the final team being crowned on the 7th. But the PSCL specifically, it's just such a great opportunity as Cerna strikes out. It's such a great opportunity for the players, the coaches, the staff, just everyone around this program. I mean, you'll see guys every day it's not necessarily getting called up, but they do use the term of getting called up to the Power, or some guys who do spend time with the Power and PSCL simultaneously. And we've seen some guys really thrive in that.
Isaiah Walls takes a strike. Like we mentioned before, a big fan of TV shows. Breaking Bad and SpongeBob, the 2 juxtaposing tones, and there's 2 favorite shows. Yeah, PSCL, it's a really fun brand of baseball. The way we kind of talk about the sport of baseball is one of its main selling points. If you go to a baseball game, you're going to see something you've never seen before. In the PSCL, you're going to see like 5 things you haven't seen before. Grounder and a chance for revenge for the shortstop for the Power as they turn a double play. And that will do it here from Palm Springs. The Power score 15, the Pirates just 4. The Power a chance to get some revenge against the Pirates, who, believe it or not, beat this Power team by a score of 7-4 the last time that these teams played. And to say that the Power came in with guns blazing would be an understatement. They scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the third, and 5 in the fifth before tacking on 2 more in the latter 3 innings to wind up with 15 total runs. On the side of the Pirates, it was not an entirely hapless offensive output. They scored runs in 4 different innings, leading to a final score of 4-15. Solid game across the board. If you had to pick out one defining moment, you'd have to give it to Trevor Banning for the Power. The second baseman hit a grand slam in the 5th inning, his first of the year with the Power. And, of course, when you're in a game where the score can kind of get out of hand a little bit, sometimes you're just cheering for some individual moments to happen. And despite the fact that it did not ultimately alter the result of this game, it was going to be a Power win seemingly regardless. I'm sure that Trevor Banning is feeling good as he finished up this game. In the meantime, I've been Vince Hesbrick alongside Stephen Buxton, who's going to do a post-game report. So stay tuned on our social media to see him talk to one of the stars of the show. Jack as well producing things for us. It was great to be with you here in Palm Springs. Power 15, Pirates 4. Vince Hesbrick wishing you a great rest of your evening.